Hello, I am AnthonyCaliber, and this is my SGDQ 2020 submission video. It is The Last of Us, New Game, and Grounded. As you can see, Grounded is the hardest of the 5 difficulties. You have Easy, Normal, Hard, Survivor, and Grounded. Now, if you played Last of Us when it first released on the PlayStation 3, you may have noticed Grounded wasn't there. Grounded is a DLC difficulty. So if you want to play Grounded on PlayStation 3, you have to buy it. But they remastered The Last of Us for the PlayStation 4 like a year later, and all the DLC was included free. So, okay. Here we go. My estimate for this run is going to be around 3 hours. Even though my record is like 9.5 minutes better, 3-hour estimate. I haven't gotten a run above 3 hours in years. But there's a lot that can go wrong with this run. But there are ways to avoid those things going wrong. Okay, so timer starts when I skip the first cutscene in 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, so right off the bat, we get off to a blazing fast start.
Hello?
Sarah, honey, I need to get your daddy on the phone.
Uncle Tommy, what time is it?
I need to talk to your dad now. There's something...
Okay, so the intro of this game is a bit slow, but that'll give me time to explain more of what this run consists of and what we're going to be doing. But we get off to a blazing fast start. Look at us go. Don't blink.
What was that all about?
You're going to miss all this. Gotta go fast.
Dad?
Yeah. Look at all this
Daddy?
speed. This is as fast as we can go, and I am fine with that.
What was that?
We just gotta get through those double doors.
There's his phone.
Okay, now for my submission video, I will have a couch person explaining more of the story, because this game is more known for its story than its gameplay. Its gameplay is fantastic, but
come in here.
this game is memorable for its story and its cutscenes, and which we'll be skipping all the cutscenes. You do have the option to do that. I'll have a couch person explaining all the story stuff during the downtime. There's also a lot of downtime for some donation reading and stuff.
Jimmy!
Dad?
Honey, come here.
Okay, so that's Jimmy. Say hi to Jimmy.
Jimmy! Jimmy, I am warning you! Don't!
Say bye to Jimmy. Ah, darn. So yeah, the premise of this game is basically apocalypse, post-apocalyptic game, but it's a cordyceps fungus. It's not like zombies coming back to life. It's a fungus called cordyceps, which is a real-life fungus, but it doesn't affect humans. It affects things like ants and bugs in South America and stuff. The premise of this game is if it affects humans. But let's talk more about what this speedrun's going to be all about. So Grounded, like I said, is the hardest of 5 difficulties. First thing you'll notice right away if you played this game before is there's no heads-up display on the bottom right
Can we hear us on the radio?
of the screen. There you can see how many bullets you have left in a clip, or how much health you have, how many shiv uses you have left, or how many hits you have in a melee weapon. That's all gone. You can still use the D-pad to check how many bullets you have, but how many you have like in a clip ready to fire, you don't know that.
Did they say how many?
And you can actually use the color on your controller to know how much health you have. Another way is to equip a med kit and try to heal. If you can heal, it means you don't have full health. If he does nothing, it means you have full health.
How did this happen?
What else? So throughout this run, I'm going to be picking up crafting ingredients for, well, there's blades, binding, rags, alcohol, explosives, and sugar. And we use those to craft different items such as shivs, molotovs, medkits, nail bombs, and smoke bombs. Now it's all very routed on Grounded. See, easy mode, there's a lot of stuff you can pick up.
How do you know?
They said it's just
On easy mode, there could be a
We're good.
there could be a table with full things of crafting ingredients: alcohol, rubbing alcohol, rags,
Trust me.
explosives, you know, just stuff like that. But on Grounded, there may be a quarter of one of those things, or nothing at all.
got a kid, Joe.
Resources
So
are
do
very
we. We have
scarce
room.
on the hardest difficulty.
Keep driving, Tommy.
And there's also supplements and parts that I use to upgrade Joel and Joel's weapons.
Come along.
Like I said, very routed, and that is not affected by difficulty. No matter what difficulty you play on, it's the same. They're in the same places every time you play. What else? So the main thing with Grounded is enemies do triple the damage that they do on normal mode.
Mother had the same damn idea.
So on Grounded,
We could just backtrack and
if you have full health, 3 pistol bullets will kill you, 3 punches will kill you, I think 2 revolver bullets will kill you, a rifle bullet will leave you with like that much health, a shotgun or shorty, you're dead. El Diablo, I think, is the same as the rifle. Melee weapon, 2 hits to kill you. This is all compared to having full health. It's the closest there is to dying in 1 hit.
Running from?
That's not quite how it is, but it's the closest it comes to that.
Oh no.
we can't stop.
And
here,
yeah,
Tommy.
I'll remember more things to talk about as they come up.
They're behind me too.
Like I said, unfortunately, this run gets off to a bit of a slow start. Around the 38-minute mark is when things get like really exciting and ouch. There's more strats that happen that than I can keep up with, you know. So we just got to get there.
Daddy?
And another thing with Grounded is, as a compensation for the increased difficulty, your guns do way more damage on the enemies. So on easy mode, all the way up through survivor mode, shooting human enemies, a pistol would kill an enemy in 3 hits, a revolver and a rifle in 2 hits. But on Grounded, a pistol will kill in 2 hits, and a revolver and rifle will kill in 1 hit. That makes those weapons very, very valuable. So we kind of conserve them for the more difficult sections. Also, enemies will only drop ammo. Enemies don't drop crafting ingredients, but they drop ammo if you're under a certain amount. We'll talk about that later. Here's the intro.
Keep us safe.
So all these NPCs here move about randomly. It's different every single run every single time you play the game, they do something different. Tommy, however, is consistent. So we know where he's going to be, and he's going to try and push us through. So hopefully we don't get blocked by these people. They're programmed to stop in front of you and then start moving once you pass them.
Don't look, Sarah.
It's looking pretty good. Tommy's going to give us a little boost here.
We're gonna get out of this.
Oh, there's so many people. All these people are sober as well. Can you believe that? I don't know, Sarah. Why are they doing that?
There's too many of them.
Alright, that was actually a pretty good intro.
Through the alley. Go!
And on Grounded, the QTE prompts aren't there. You have to memorize what they are. I don't think there's a way to get them back anyway. Okay, right here, you gotta keep the camera on Tommy, right there. Otherwise, he will lag behind you. And then he only shows up, like, right here.
Come on!
Wastes a couple seconds, and sometimes, one time, what happened to me was he just despawned completely. And yeah, he just died.
I can outrun him!
Uncle Tommy?
I will meet you there! Hurry!
There's a lot of little strats like that that kind of add up over the course of a full 3-hour run.
We're almost there.
Now, like I said earlier, we're going to be skipping cutscenes, but we're also going to be restarting encounter a lot. And what those restart encounters do, they do different things based on like where you're doing them. They place you further, they place your companions further, and they also skip like in-game cinematics of like the camera introducing the area and stuff. That's what this restart encounter is going to do. So that restart encounter just skipped the camera pointed up and then following them out of the building. It saves like 17 seconds.
Oh, that's such crap. Soldiers are supposed to hate the outside.
And right here. All we can do is walk as close as we can to Tess without bonking into her. That's all we can do for now. And like I said, downtime like this is perfect for donation reading and my couch guy. I already have my couch guy picked out. It's going to be Dino. We worked together when we did ESA in July. Went really well. So I'm hoping this gets into games done quick. We get to do that all over again. This would be a spot for talking about the story, where we are, what we're doing, and
seems like more people are getting infected.
again, any donations that can be read. This is a good spot for it.
I got us all new papers. They should give us some static info. Just play it cool.
All right, drive on through.
See you later. There you go. What's your business here? Got the day off. Visiting a friend. All right, move on through. Thanks.
So this is kind of like the tutorial part of the game. They're throwing story elements in, but they're also introducing gameplay elements at the same time. So you have to quick turn right there. If you don't do that, you're stuck forever. You have to quick turn.
The coast is clear. Come on.
Attention. Checkpoint 5 is now closed.
Same for right here. You're introduced to med kits, which heal you. That explosion gave us a little damage. And you have to heal here. You cannot take a single step until you're fully healed.
They're gonna close all the checkpoints. We're gonna have to go around the outside.
Outside the wall.
All right, all we can do here,
we could
these
just
two,
let Robert
Tess
go.
and this guy right here, they
Hey Tess, you see that
they
shit?
just walk
I
down
was
this
there.
hallway very, very
Hey, how's
slowly,
the
and they
looking?
Yeah, it's clear.
like
I just used it. No patrols. And where are you off to?
are hard
Gotta
to
pay Robert,
pass.
is it?
We can pass him,
too?
however,
Who else is looking for him?
by very slowly
She's
getting
been
to his
asking around,
left.
trying to find him.
Marlene?
If it doesn't work, it wastes like 2 seconds.
What do the
It's not a big
Fireflies
deal.
need with Robert?
I think she'd tell me.
No.
Well, what did you tell her?
But
Yeah, it looks like we're not
I got
getting
no idea
past.
where he's hiding.
Good man.
Backup strat
Hey, you
is
stay
to
out of
just
trouble, all right? Military's gonna be out in force soon.
Yeah,
walk
see you
with
around.
them and then maybe boost Tess out of the way. This is the kind of stuff we have to do. Let's see, we're walking
Marlene
together, but I'm
looking
just
for
gonna
Robert? What do you make of that?
I don't
get
know.
out of my way.
Better find him before the Fireflies do.
All right, so here's another restart encounter right here. In between these two lines right here, right there. Restart encounter,
Us.
and
There
that
you go.
places
How's it
Tess and myself
Starting
much
up out
further, but
there.
more
How we
importantly,
looking over
Tess.
here?
It's been quiet. No signs of military.
And she's the
I like to
one
hear.
who has to move this wall unit. Like, she has to get into position, and then a triangle prompt shows up.
Joel, give me a hand with
So
this.
it's important to, like, let her, like, boost her ahead.
Yeah, I'll take it easy.
So certain restart encounters that put companions ahead can be very valuable when they're naturally very slow.
Oh, God, this place reeks. You need to watch what they throw away down here. There be light. Let's grab our gear.
Another thing we do is certain sections will only allow us to walk. You can't run, you can't sprint. Even if you're holding sprint,
A lot of
you can
ammo.
only walk. So what we do instead is we crouch walk. And I can show that off real quick right here. See, this is much faster than this, as you can see. Also, look at his gun.
All right, Texas.
When you're hitting triangle prompts like this, if you have a gun in your hand, he'll spend a whole second putting it away. So therefore, I will sometimes throw a punch before I hit triangle,
Come on.
just to save a little bit of time. And we're going to use that crouch walking instead of walking thing right now.
Be careful.
There.
When
Stand
am I
up,
not?
leap over, crouch again.
Trick question.
Then right there. You just got to memorize when, like, the animations transition.
Where's the ladder?
It's got to be around here somewhere. Got it.
Great, bring it over.
Ladder tutorial. Alright, this restart encounter saves us 1 second.
Lady, you must be thinking of someone.
Look at that time save. Oof. Totally worth it.
Down through here.
Alright, so we're coming up to our first infected encounter.
He better.
If we get our
Runners.
merchandise back, it should be easy to unload.
It'll probably be mentioned
Of
when earlier when I actually do this in the marathon, but there are certain stages of infected: runners, stalkers, clickers, and bloaters. Runners are the ones you deal with most often.
We should be able to fit through here.
Now, something I didn't mention is with
Yeah.
ammo.
Damn ceiling's falling
When it comes to
apart. Be
grounded,
careful.
enemies will only drop ammo if you're under a certain amount. For the pistol, if you have 3 or less. For the revolver and shotgun, if you have 2 or less. And for the rifle, if you have 0.
Help me.
Same thing for the shorty, I think, as well.
My mask broke. Come back.
So we're gonna use 3 bullets for these 3 infected. That will leave us with 2, and the next enemy encounter we have, there are only 2 people to deal with. There we go. 3 runners, 2 headshots. Well, 2 headshots and a body shot. 1, 2, 3. And there we go.
All right, that's all of them.
There was 3 headshots. Very nice.
Head back into the city.
I throw a punch there to make getting the 3rd headshot easier.
Fresh air.
After you.
Cover the entrance.
So the next enemy encounter we have, there are 2 enemies. So they're guaranteed to drop ammo, since we have 2. Okay, so right here, watch this. That little launch right there. That's only possible on remastered because of the improved frame rate.
Here, pass it to me.
So this game came out in 2013 on the
It's a bit
PlayStation
heavy.
3. It was in
I can handle
720p at 30 frames per second. It was remastered a year later for the PS4, and it's 1080p at 60 frames per second. And I know remasters get a bad rap for, it's the same game and you're paying for it again, but honestly, if this game was never remastered, I never would have started speedrunning it. The 60 frames per second and the improved visuals
Come on.
and a more comfortable controller, in my opinion, made it so this game and the controls are just way more responsive. Way more.
Shut it.
Okay, and as soon as you move Joel, this restart encounter saves half a second, but it also prevents a blue screen or a game crash from happening. That sometimes happens when you enter that doorway. Very rarely, but it does happen. And for the marathon, if the game were to crash in a certain place, I would do this run under a save file, so if it does crash, I can just load up the section that I was doing when it crashed, and it would still be fine. So there's no risk of me not being able to continue a run if the game crashes.
Well, that'll make it more interesting.
All right, we got a long journey ahead of us. So let's get that leg day in.
Good to go. Come on.
That should be enough.
Hey, Tex. Pretty lady, how you doing today?
Hope I have
Not right
legs
now.
like that when I'm 50.
No, it's good.
Now, here.
Okay. You touch it, you buy it.
Tess, it's been a while. You don't visit us anymore.
Where do you think you were going?
All right, so we have the slums, the cargo, and then we don't have another major enemy encounter until the downtown area, which is like 15 minutes later. I would say, not including the intro, that this is one section that I probably lose most of my runs to. Most of my runs I lose to Billstown, but this is probably like the
I'm
second
looking for Robert.
most often.
You come through here?
Half hour ago.
So getting past
back to the
here
war.
cleanly and professionally would be
don't know.
very, very nice. Obviously.
Here we go.
I'm not too worried about comparing to my record. I'm not going to get a record, and my record's really, really good. Okay,
Let us through.
it's proving difficult to break it, even like when I'm doing record attempts at
Our
home.
beef isn't
But a
with
no
you.
reset run,
Just
it
want
can
Robert.
consistently get
You
below
don't wanna
3
do
hours.
Turn the fuck around.
If it's anything
and
above
leave now.
253, there's a lot
I'm
that
not
went
going
wrong.
anywhere without Robert.
All right, so remember, I have 2 pistol
Bash your
bullets, and
skull,
there's
unless
2
you turn
enemies.
around and get
Two
your
enemies.
dumb ass
2
out of
enemies I have to kill.
Fuck this.
Well, there's 3. Now there's 2.
Take cover.
Yeah.
You ready?
So what we're gonna do is just run up. They don't react
Cover
to
you.
you. These
Keep the
specific
angle.
enemies don't react to you when you just run up to them. So we're just gonna headshot them, and then body shot the other, and then punch them.
Nicely done, Texas.
And that's that. And for as long as I've been doing runs and playing this game, that first enemy always drops 3 bullets. Always. The second guy sometimes drops 1. He didn't,
Give me your hand.
but that doesn't matter at all. Alright, this next area, there's 3 human enemies we have to deal with, and there's also a locked door. Now, one of the enemies has the key to that door, but it's not given to a specific person every time. The one with the key is the one that you kill last.
More
So
of
logically,
those guys.
we want that one
How
to
do
be
you
the
know
one
they're
closest to
coming?
the door.
Two of our guys died trying to take Tess
So I'm
out.
going to fire my
Guarantee
gun
that
in a
she
very
and Joel are on
specific
their way here
spot
right now
that
to
hopefully
Robert.
gets
Jesus. We shouldn't have taken this job.
the last guy to
No
hang
call.
near the door.
Let's spread
It's a
out.
pretty
Make sure no
specific
one's
strat.
snooping around in here.
Let's see how it goes. Not looking good. Alright, I gotta kill this guy with my fists. Alright, little unlucky with ammo. They were supposed to drop some, that's why I killed him with my fists. But we can still do this next section. Just conserving more ammo while also doing it quickly. We're gonna grab that. We need 2 bullets for these 2 enemies up here. There's one, and there's the other. Beautiful. And pick up any ammo they dropped there. They didn't. That's okay.
They just slow us down.
Alright, so normally I would skip that med kit when I'm doing world record attempts at home, but for a no reset marathon run, I'm picking that up for safety reasons. Alright, that was really good. That was very unlucky that none of them dropped ammo.
There's our boy.
And I hope to show that off to you, to anyone watching this run. There's a lot of luck in this run, but there's nothing that I can't deal with that will jeopardize the continuation of the run. Alright, there's a lot of enemies here. A lot.
Yeah, well, lost our contact with the war.
So stop sprinting here, pick up the brick.
Now, I don't know who's left out there to sell us stuff.
You see that shit?
I'm going to kill this guy because he always drops a bullet.
Let's go.
And we're good.
Get the fuck back!
Normally I would run
wanna
around
talk,
him, but
Robert.
if you don't have any ammo, he will
nothing
always
to
drop
talk
one
about.
if you kill him like that.
Put your gun down.
You didn't have to kill anybody there.
Fuck yourself!
They all despawn behind you once you get inside. Very nice.
Robert! You
Joel, this way.
Alright, this time loss right here is because I grabbed the med kit. That's okay. Don't pay too much attention to the fact this isn't on world record pace.
We gotta get out of here now.
The 250-30 is proving very difficult to beat.
We gotta move.
Alright, so next area here we are going to run past a bunch of soldiers.
I
We
know
will
where
get
he
spotted,
runs. Come on.
and we might take damage, but it doesn't matter because afterwards you get all your health back after a cutscene. There are certain sections in the game where you get your health back for story reasons. If you've played the game before, you get your health back after the cargo, after the Capitol, after Billstown, after the sniper, after the dam fight, after the ranch, after winter, and after the tunnel. It's just stuff you gotta memorize. Alright, I guess I should talk about this now. So that was a shiv I picked up. It's the first one I picked up. So now that introduces to crafting. We didn't pick up a blade or a binding. When you pick up your first of something and the tutorial for whatever it is you picked up pops up, you also get
Joel, give me a hand with this.
a full thing of crafting ingredients, whatever it takes to craft the first thing that you picked up. It's hard to explain because I'm going to be using that mechanic much later.
I'll live.
But if your inventory is empty and you pick up your first shiv or bomb or something that the game introduces to you, you get a full thing of crafting ingredients for whatever it is that you picked up. Just keep that in your memory bank because we're going to use that mechanic much later to get more
We'll
bombs.
see how it goes.
Okay,
Let's get moving.
so we're going to do this quietly to start and then get spotted halfway through. All for the sake of speed.
You need to get to that door.
Stop sprinting right here. Start up again at the top of the stairs. Take a swing. Don't pick anything up. You don't have the time. We're gonna get spotted right now. Crouch behind here so they miss. This guy's gonna be right here. And then just continue onward. Very nice. That guy's in one of three places. Running up the stairs, on like the first set of stairs, or right where he was there.
Where are we
He's
going,
never not
Marlene?
there. You just gotta react.
This way. It's not far now.
Also twice in the wharf and right
How you
there.
holding up?
If you sprint the entire way through an enemy section, you're going to get spotted.
The place is right up
So we've memorized very specific spots on the ground where if you stop and then start again, you can, it looks like you're sprinting the entire way through. It's more for safety. Alright, halfway up these stairs, restart encounter. And that will place Marlene up here. Which is good because Joel doesn't know how to open a door by himself. Yet. We haven't been introduced to that. But yeah, she's the one who has to open the door. So that restart encounter places her much further.
Down here. Won't keep up.
Alright, so we're done with that. That's very important that we're done with that because that section can be a little finicky sometimes.
Up there.
The next
That'll get us
section
to
we
the
have
north
to
tunnel.
stress about
How are we supposed
is
to reach
the downtown fight, which isn't for another 10 minutes or so. It's a lot of time for some donation reading. You can explain story stuff like who that is. That's Ellie. She's immune to the infection. She can hold the secret to...
Yep.
Someone else will do the story stuff, but a 101 of it, she could hold the secret to a cure for the infection.
that's her
If they
first.
can get her to this resistance group who's trying to find
What's
a
the deal with
cure,
you and
blah, blah,
Marlene
blah, blah, blah.
that? I don't know. She's
My
friend, I
job's
guess.
to explain the strats and play fast.
Friend, huh?
That'll be someone else's job.
You're friends with the leader of the Fireflies. What are you, like 12?
She knew my mom.
And also, we can't run. We can only walk, so we're going to crouch walk.
So where are your parents?
As you saw earlier, makes a big difference.
So instead of just staying in school, you decide to run up and join. Think it's a bit strange that they're having us do their smuggling?
Marlene wanted to do it herself. We weren't their first choice. Or the second, for that matter. She's lost a lot of men. Beggars can't be choosers.
I just hope there's someone alive to pay us.
Someone will be around. Come on.
Alright, these generators appear quite a bit throughout the game. Literally just have to hit triangle once it goes under the line. And no, I've never messed this up, ever, with the timer on. I will someday, though. I know it. Right, certain triangle prompts you can actually hit by holding triangle down. You don't have to, like, manually press it. I do that in certain places. I really like this next trick coming up. So you gotta climb a ladder and hit triangle at the top of the ladder.
Something like that.
But if you point the camera up after you start climbing it,
If everything goes as planned, we should get you to them with you horse.
you can hit the triangle prompt at the bottom of the ladder. It appears very briefly. And then you can start this in-game cutscene much faster.
There's a patrol up ahead. All right, we're good. Come on up. Come on, kid. Watch your step.
I'm gonna try and get another little launch right here.
This rain ain't gonna do us any good.
Not bad. Not bad.
Holy shit.
Again, if you're in like an enclosed area where he's crouching and then you hold down sprint as he exits, he'll get like a launch forward. Like what I showed off earlier before the slums.
Up this way.
He's fine. That didn't do any damage. That's just for... that leads into a cutscene.
Holy shit!
Follow me.
Alright, there's a bunch of soldiers here. They have like assault rifles and revolvers. They're pretty brutal. And armor and helmets. But there are certain sections in this game where you don't have to... there are certain sections where you have to kill everyone to proceed, like the slums. And then other areas where you don't have to kill a single person, you can just go on through. We're going to take advantage of those sections in this speedrun, and this is one of those spots. You don't have to kill anybody. Alright, that doesn't matter.
I hear him up ahead.
Crouch under this flashlight, and then you can continue onward. They will never shoot at you. That restart encounter again is just another 1 second time save, places you right where you need to go.
Down.
Alright, this part can be a little inconsistent. We're just going to continue to run away from them, not encounter anybody, but we are going to get spotted. They're going to be firing at us, they're going to miss us, but when we hop through a truck, they might hit us with a bullet. We'll see what happens. And we need a brick. Alright, let's see, right here. I think we're good. Very nice. Alright. Very nice.
Charlie Squad, report.
Shit.
I like these too. You can't shoot them, but you can shine the flashlight in their face, move faster than you should because we're crouch walking. They don't. You're incapable of being alerted by those guys. Alright, we're done with that. Now, this to me is where the run really takes off as a speed run. The downtown area. We still have a ways before we get to the main part of the section, the fight. We have to take out like 4 runners. Restart encounter skips, kind of like in the beginning, it skips the camera panning down to them. And when you're climbing this stuff coming up right here, when you're climbing this stuff, it has to be at a very specific angle. Otherwise, he'll climb it, but then he'll just stand there for a second sometimes. Specific angles makes it so he can keep moving after you climb it. Literally saves a whole second per climb. How many infected do we deal with? 1, 2, 3, 4 runners and 1 clicker.
What the hell was that?
And something that's very valuable is if you have a brick or a bottle and you throw it at an infected,
Are we safe?
they'll be stunned by it, and then you can run up, swing at them with a melee weapon, and it's a 1-hit kill. Very, very valuable.
Over here.
Now also, I guess I should start talking about this now. remember what I said about the shiv when we were doing the cargo section. When you pick up your first something, a shiv, a bomb, something that the game introduces you to, you also, if your inventory is empty, you're given the crafting ingredients to craft another one of whatever it is that you just picked up.
Sort of.
It only works for your first one.
Like that?
Like we pick up a Molotov much later in the sewers, that doesn't do anything because we've already been introduced to Molotovs.
Give me a hand with this.
We basically, in this building, we're introduced to medkits and Molotovs, which both require a full thing of rags and a full thing of alcohol. Also, clicker, and you don't have to hit square here. It still pushes off at the same time. Every time. Now, you can't see it because the heads-up display is disabled, but Joel has 5 bars of health. That clicker, even though that was a scripted thing,
Search for supplies.
that clicker did 2 bars of damage. So right now we have 3 bars of health, and that is hopefully going to last us through the capital. Even though it's grounded, that is hopefully going to last us through to the capital. If I take any damage from this point forward, I'll probably use one of my spare medkits that I picked up in the slums. Also, this clicker will always drop 3 if you have 2 or less. I had 1, so he dropped 3. It's a very nice little trick there. If you have 3, he won't drop anything. However, if you kill someone and you have 3 pistol bullets, there's a chance that you'll get 1 back. It's just specific to that dead clicker. Alright, what else? There's a clicker. Clickers are blind. They can't see. But if one touches you, it's game over. You're dead. That's not a grounded thing either. That's with any difficulty. So I'm talking about bombs. In this section, you're introduced to Molotovs and medkits. So when we pick up our first of each one, if our inventory is empty, the game will fill those up.
Over through here.
And if this run goes perfectly, we don't use any medkits at all. Molotovs are definitely more valuable
There you go, ladies.
All right.
for this speed run than medkits. So basically what we're going to do is get an extra Molotov
Stairwell's blocked.
out of
This is crazy.
this inventory manipulation that we're doing.
Just
So basically, the
don't
game
look
is going to
down.
keep putting medkits in our way. The game's like, Anthony, would you please pick up this medkit? And I'm just like, no. But yeah, once you pick up your first medkit here, it introduces you to crafting your own, and then the ones later on will despawn. So what we want to do is keep delaying picking that up until we pick up a Molotov. Then we'll have a full thing of rags and alcohol. Then we're going to craft another Molotov, making our inventory empty. Then we're going to pick up what our game thinks is our first medkit, which will refill our rags and alcohol, which we will use to craft another Molotov later. Okay, this is one of the tougher fights in the game, so I'm just going to do it. We're going to avoid picking that stuff up. Here we go. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, so before we did the fight, you notice there was a medkit there. We're picking that up, we're skipping that because of what I said earlier. There was, however, a revolver that we could have picked up. But that revolver, Joel picks it up and looks at it like he's never seen a gun before. He's just like, oh my god, what is this? Ugh. He spends like a whole 7 seconds picking it up. And then with that gun specifically, you have to forcibly switch it out in your holster, wasting even more time. So after the fight, I restart encounter, and there's a revolver already right there. You can't avoid the little tutorial that pops up, but you can avoid him looking at it for a long time. And he does that with every gun and every bomb. We just find ways around having to stare at it. We do that for just about everything. Now that restart encounter right there delayed picking up a medkit. If we hadn't picked up a medkit prior, Tess would have given us one from that cabinet she was in. That restart encounter skipped that, so now we still haven't picked up a medkit. By the way, the medkit we picked up in the slums doesn't count.
Tess, down here.
Getting supplements, just know we'll have enough supplements exactly when we need them. So there's a Molly over there, but he'll look at it. So there's a Molly right here. Make sure you get the Molotov. There we go. Molotov. Now, because we had no rags or alcohol, we have a full thing of rags and alcohol because that was the first one we picked up. We're going to craft another Molotov and then pick up what the game thinks is our first med kit, giving us the crafting ingredients to craft another Molotov. That's as good as I can describe it. All right, this area. I told you, there's more strats now to talk about than I can keep up with. There's a clicker underneath the ladder that we exit out of. But the game spawns him in out of thin air. He will never spawn in if you're alerted before the halfway point. So that brick distraction made it so the game thought we were alerted even though we weren't, and so the clicker never spawned in. Alright, Ellie's in my way. Alright, that's okay. We're gonna craft the Molotov here because it's very annoying to climb up the ladder before Tess.
Get up here.
And then we're gonna, now we can pick up a med kit which will give us another Molotov. Alright,
Everyone okay?
now this next room,
Yes.
there's 3 runners.
You guys are pretty good.
We
at this
need
stuff.
to get a crate inside to boost ourselves over a truck. So we're going to distract them by firing that gun in a very specific spot, which will force all 3 runners out the right side. And
runners!
we are good. We don't have to deal with them. Very nice. Very nice. That was an excellent downtown.
Okay, double time.
Yeah, that's an older strat. It's like a second slower, but it's safer.
I know.
If you move the crate that way, the infected only recognize the crate. They don't see the human behind it. So if you keep that crate in their line of sight, they don't notice you. It's about a second slower compared to moving it out to the left, but you're alerted like as soon as you exit that building. You always cut it very close. No need to do that in a marathon. Okay. So I want you to pay attention to the Molotov icon on the
How do
bottom.
we get out of this place?
Let's find out.
You can craft. You know you can craft something when there's a little wrench icon just above it. So there's a med kit in here. There wouldn't be a med kit here if we had picked one up earlier. The later ones get despawned when you pick up your first one. So there's one right there. Now look at my Molotov. See, there's a little wrench icon. So now that gave us crafting ingredients that we can use for another Molotov. And that's that. This is the museum.
I'm alive.
There's another spot where you don't have to kill anybody. You can just
Make my way
proceed.
around.
Look, they're here!
Tess?
Run!
Tess.
So here we go. As soon as this clicker becomes flat-footed, start your sprint, go to the right, and you're fine. So there's one runner behind this door, which we're going to swing at. And just, he'll despawn once you hit triangle right here.
Fine.
All right. We're just going to leave... Oh, that's tempting to pick up, but I'm going to save it. We're just going to leave Tess and Ellie in here to fend for themselves. Bye! Good luck, you two! I'm sure they'll be fine.
Stand back.
Whoa. Alright, you may have noticed there, Ellie got a plus sign, and if the plus sign fills in, it's game over. Your companion dies.
Good.
And if you were to hop out the first window in that museum, the plus sign would have filled in. So we have to jump out the second window. That will make it so Tess gets rid of that plus sign. Very strange strat there. But yeah, that restart encounter right there skipped the camera introducing the section, saves like 8 seconds. But it also made Joel's running animation faster. That allowed us to get ahead of Ellie and Tess on the stairs there.
Just so it's out there, I can't swim.
Look,
Right, so this is the capital.
On the right side. Follow me.
We're going to be introduced to the hunting rifle, which is a very important gun because on Grounded, it's a one-hit kill on humans and runners.
Trying to say things.
Yeah.
But again, if you just pick it up normally, Joel's going to look at it like he's never seen a gun before. Just like 7 seconds just looking at it. So what we're going to do is spawn the enemies in, then pick it up at the last second, and that will prevent him from looking at it.
We'll go upstairs.
And just know every restart encounter has a purpose, speedrun-wise. Okay, here we go. If I had taken any damage prior, I would use one of our medkits. Remember, we don't have full health. That clicker gave us 2 bars of damage. So now we have 3 bars of health. Alright, get the supplements there, and pick up the rifle right there so we don't have to stare at it. Stop sprinting here.
I got this. Son of a bitch! I got him!
And we're good.
Keep your head down.
We have to punch that guy, otherwise he'll try and choke us out. And get this rag before we go. And let's just see what they give us here.
We're gonna go through that hall. Stay down, I don't know how many more there are.
Alright, we gotta go, we gotta go.
Stay low.
Alright, we should be good. Alright, if I get shot there, that's okay. We can't die from that with the health that we have now. So there's 2 things of RNG that can happen there. I got the worst bit. One enemy was going into the room to the right, leaving another enemy walking right towards me. I had to go down the middle. Another thing that can happen is one enemy walks towards me, and that's it, leaving the right room free. So I would normally go in there and then go out the back.
How the hell are you breathing in?
You just react to what you see. That strat looks risky, but whatever. It works for me literally every time.
You spot him? No, place is empty.
Step out, straggler.
Alright, sometimes you get spotted right there. But most of the time, we're good to go. They have no clue we're here. And that's that. Pretty good run so far.
We'll figure something out.
So that's it for the capital. Next we got Billstown. In Billstown, remember what we did with the Molotov and medkits in the downtown. We're going to be doing the same thing in Billstown, but it's going to be with modded weapons and nail bombs. Modded weapons are basically blades in bats, blades in melee weapons. So if you swing it at an enemy, it's a one-hit kill. But basically what we're going to do is get a medkit, get a nail bomb, and then craft another nail bomb, because it was the first one we picked up, before we pick up a modded weapon. Because the modded weapons are just like the medkits. Once you pick one up, the later ones despawn.
Really?
Ellie.
Okay. Be careful.
I got you.
So we're going to wait till we craft a nail bomb before picking up a modded weapon. And coincidentally, we also get to use the modded weapon in a place where it's very valuable. Alright, as soon as... I like the strat. As soon as the subtitles pop up,
Okay.
restart encounter, it places you at the top of the ladder. Saves like 2 seconds. This is going well. A little too well. Now, hopefully we keep this up. And we're in Billstown. Alright.
There we go.
So there is downtime in this part of the game,
It'd be
but there's
faster
always
to go through here.
something little that we're doing that, to the naked eye, a new viewer probably wouldn't notice.
What?
Like right here.
Nothing. It's just.
Crouch walking instead of walking, but even if you hold down sprint, nothing happens. So what you want to do is hold down sprint, and then the game will automatically transition if you're holding it down. And what else? I mentioned the nail bomb and modded weapon thing. We're basically just going to avoid picking up modded weapons for now. Because once we pick up one, they won't be in later parts of this area.
Kid, I don't mean to upset you, but your friend's chances of survival weren't too high to begin with.
She's a lot tougher than you think.
It don't matter. 'Cause I doubt I can get either one of us back into the city in one piece. Trust me. I wish there was some other option.
Alright, so the strat here is once once his feet leaves the rooftop, you can restart encounter, and that will place Ellie right next to us, and even further ahead a little bit. So right here, because the progression of this section relies on Ellie and her placement. So this right here we call the Ellie whistle strat.
Down here. Watch your step.
So we need to
Good
boost
drop.
Ellie over that gate right there. But first we're going to go into this room and pick up some stuff. Now we're going to spend an extra second in this building, picking that up a little bit slowly. So then when we come out here, Ellie's whistling.
Are you alright?
I'm trying to learn how to whistle.
You don't know how to whistle.
Does it sound like
What does that do, you ask? Well, we trigger the dialogue that normally happens in that building if you spend enough time in there. We bring it out here, and it skips the dialogue that they have out here, making us able to boost Ellie over the gate like 6 seconds faster than normal. Now, firing that bullet makes it... There were 2 clickers behind us the whole time. After I boost her over, I alert them with the bullet, and then go into that shiv door, get the stuff that's in there, and I'm just otherwise waiting for Ellie to open the gate, so we're not losing time. And then it allows me to sprint pretty far down this street.
Firefly. You know where to take you.
Okay.
Alright, is this clicker gonna drop a bullet? He's not. That's okay.
Whoa, Nelly.
That would be one of Bill's.
Alright, that
traps.
revolver firing thing is something I get asked about a lot.
Maybe?
That's why I fire it. Here's something else I get asked about a lot. This trick right here, I'm going to do it first, then I'll explain it. First we're going to get a bottle and an arrow. There's a bow right there, but we're going to skip it because he looks at it.
Hope we don't blow up trying to find him.
Just watch your
Come on.
step.
There we
you'll
go.
be fine.
Okay. So normally you have to cross this plank
Here.
and then wait for Ellie to cross it in order to proceed. But if you pick this up and then place it as far to the right as you possibly can, the game will think Ellie already crossed it, so you can pick it up on the other side without waiting for her to cross it. She still finds her way up here. She climbs down and then climbs back up. Now, you've probably noticed I'm wasting a lot of revolver ammo for just very random stuff. The reason being is because we're going to get a lot of revolver ammo after this section coming up. We're going to get caught in a trap where we have to defend ourselves from infected. And after that fight, we leave with a lot of revolver ammo. So it would be pointless to waste pistol ammo when we don't get a lot of pistol ammo later. We're going to use ammo that we're going to get right back.
Definitely need some time warming up to you. That's all.
Get that brick before we leave. And here we go.
Come on.
I got you.
Damn it, Bill.
What just happened?
So you basically have infinite ammo for this part,
Traps.
and it's just going to be waves and waves of infected. Runners and clickers only.
Looks like that's a counterweight.
So a runner will die in 2 hits, and a clicker will die in 4 hits. Now, on easy through Survivor, if a runner catches up to you, you can mash square, punch it off of you, and get a free headshot. On grounded, you just die. That's another negative of the harder difficulty. All right, but just memorize their spawns, how many bullets you have left, and we should be good. Yep. That doesn't matter. Missing doesn't matter that much. All right. All right, one more clicker left. All right, not bad, not bad. You're not penalized for how many shots you miss when determining how much ammo you leave here with. We're actually going to do a trick that pretty much guarantees we're going to leave here with 16 bullets. Normally you leave here with anywhere from 11 to 13. But we're going to do something that makes us leave with 16. I'll explain it when it happens, but we got to hit these shots.
God damn it. Just hurry! Damn it, Ellie, they're getting close!
Alright, one more clicker. So, 1, 2, 3. Reload the gun. 4. Alright, so what we did is before the last shot of the last infected, we reloaded the gun completely. That should make it so we leave here with 16 instead of 11, 12, or 13. And this ammo is going to last us the rest of the run. We're going to use the revolver in very difficult sections. There's our 16. Alright, we're just going to craft the Molotov here.
Which way?
Look at that. Because of the inventory manipulation we did in the downtown building, 1 Molotov turns into 3.
Goddamn key.
Bill, come on!
Alright, Bill's gonna, this is Sparta us into the doorway, and if you're fast enough, you can just run by these infected right here.
Bill, they're coming to the
And we can just continue onward.
Alright. Whatever supplies you may want.
Alright, we walk
or
up to
need,
the
I suggest
stool,
you
go
grab
back
them.
and get the pipe. That will make Bill start walking further ahead. And here's the bow we didn't pick up earlier, because as you can see, we could just pick it up without having to look at it. Alright, right there we did something specific. We need to enter this doorway like as close to Bill as we can possibly be. That will make it so Bill should take 1 step backwards, like that. He'll run ahead, we give him some space, and then we're gonna push him out of the way. Because he's kind of slow.
What kind of trouble are you in? Where the hell's Tess?
It's just a job. Simple drop-off.
What do you deliver?
Now the whole benefit of that is, because Bill needs to be ahead of us to unlock the door downstairs, we're going to restart encounter right here. That will place him ahead of us. Speedrunning. Alright, we picked up that brick before we entered the trap. That's so we save the time of Bill killing it, and that brick kills it, saving us ammo.
Yeah, I thought the two of you were inseparable.
Okay.
She's busy.
This is a pretty specific strat. I'm going to do it first, then explain it.
So, why don't we fix one of these cars?
Alright, I don't know if that hit counted or not. I'm going to assume it did. 8 hits.
All right.
That was a little inconvenient.
You neglect the simple shit, and now you're paying for
Whatever. The strat was, I throw the Molotov around a nail bomb, and then they all gather around it to look.
Bill?
Joel, this way.
The fire will kill them, but then the nail bomb becomes active once I'm alerted. So then anyone that didn't die from the fire got blown up by the nail bomb, and then I just clean up the mess.
Normal people that scare me.
Alright, and that's that. Now I need to keep track of how many pipe hits I have.
Nothing.
For a trick coming up in a little bit.
Right down here.
The trick there being that I am going to...
All right, before we go any further, I got something I gotta show
What am I going to do?
What you got?
I'm going to break my melee weapon and then aim my gun. What's supposed to happen is Joel just throws away the broken melee weapon. But if you equip a weapon at a very specific time, Joel will instead drop the weapon in his holster. So we're going to drop the revolver, and the game will compensate us with more shotgun ammo than normal. So the heads-up display is disabled, so we need to memorize how many hits we have left throughout this section.
The hell are we doing?
I think we have 8. I'm going to go with 8.
Caravan rides through town.
That runner was dead when I swung at it, so
You'd be amazed at the shit
I'm going to assume that counted anyway. A pipe has 9 hits, a bat has 6, and a piece of wood has 4.
They were all over the truck.
The heads-up display being disabled makes this very inconvenient for us.
So we take that battery and we put it in another car.
Bingo. I wanted to get it, but it seemed too dangerous with all the infected on that part of town. Fuck it. Joel needs a car. Nah, those trucks are like tanks. Just sitting there.
All right, this section is one. This is the section most of my runs end. So if we make it through here at all, that's good enough for me. All right, I'm assuming we have 8 pipe hits. The problem that's going to happen here is plus signs. If plus signs happen, I got to redo the section. So I'm going to assume I have 8 pipe hits left. 7. Like that. That's the first time he's done that since I incorporated that new strat. Okay then. I told you. Whatever. This submission video is going well. We're going to keep going. 7. That's Ellie. 6. 5. Alright. Let's just keep going. Let's just keep going. I told you, I literally just got done saying it. That's what normally happens.
I gotta keep
We'll recover. That's alright. 5 hits.
Easy.
4. Alright, that was good. That was a very specific strat as well. We distracted them with a brick, and by doing that, no infected spawned on this side of the map. Okay, I'm going to do a risky strat here, but I need a certain amount of pipe hits for this to work.
Maybe you should have given
Crafter nail bomb.
Okay.
Okay, here we go. This is a very risky strat. Okay, there we go. That worked. We should have 2 or 3 hits left, which is exactly what I need. Restart encounter, come on. Okay, there we go.
I think we're good.
For now. God damn things. Nobody's bitten, right?
Nope. I'm good.
We're all fine. Let's just keep going.
So we fake entering the garage, which speeds up Bill. Then we go upstairs, get the stuff, and the triangle prompt is waiting for us right here. Okay, this part's also random. We're going to drop our revolver on the other side of the buses,
What'd I tell you?
and then just kill everybody.
Sticking out of the school right there.
We're going to
Come on.
go in a very specific way. Going to the right of Bill,
Up there.
drawing the attention of this runner over here. Getting him. Alright, there's a drop. Alright, we should be okay now. Hey, Bill. Good to see you. I'm gonna wait. There's 2 runners there. I'm just gonna... Alright, this is kind of slow. I'm doing this for marathon safety. I want some extra shotgun ammo. I could have killed them faster with shotgun ammo, but I want to be sure I have enough heading into this building. You need at least 4. I think I have like 6. Alright, that didn't look pretty, but that was actually pretty good. That 1+ sign, which, by the way, I have no control over, cost us all the time lost you're about to see. Alright, we gotta pick everything up. There's 1, there's our revolver, there's 3. Beautiful. I think we have all our health as well. Alright, let Bill climb ahead on the ladder.
We're okay. We just need to get to the hood of the truck.
Yeah, we're okay. No thanks to you. Bill's horrible. I forgot to mention that when we met him, he chopped the head off of a runner after we escaped the trap. It was probably the most productive thing he's going to do for the entire run. Alright, I'm okay with that. Alright, so there is a major side effect of Grounded, it being a DLC difficulty. Pay attention to my inventory. 6, 16, 2, 2, and 2. We're just going Rambo. Why are you going over there? Alright, no biggie. Wait for the body to go limp. Restart encounter, and look at this. I get all my stuff back. Now, I can see it in chat right now. SpongeBob meme, uppercase, lowercase letters. Glitchless, I thought this was glitchless. He got all his stuff back. What's he doing? There's a reason that is allowed in this category. And I will explain that after I take out this giant infected blob, which, as I mentioned before, is a bloater. Very hard to kill. Molotov, manual aim on the second half of his body. 1, 2, dead. And that's that. Applause, applause.
It's been infected for a long time.
But the reason we allow that restart encounter stuff, first of all, that's a side effect. That's only possible on Grounded. Easy, normal, hard, survivor. That restart encounter doesn't do anything. Grounded, you get your stuff back. I think it's just a natural bug with the difficulty. The reason we allow it is because... Hold on, 3 more infected here. Kill 1. Maybe this one will drop some. Nope, that's okay. I waited to pick up the 3 because there was a chance. Remember, if I have 2 or less, they'll drop some. 4 is good, though. You can actually soft lock in the high school hallway there if you hit the triangle prompt for the gym door before all the infected are registered as dead. Then the only way, you're stuck there forever, the only way to get out of it is to restart encounter. So that's the main reason we allow it. If we disallowed it, you'd have to start the run over, and that's not fair. That trick is only possible in 3 places. Here, the science lab, and the tunnel. We also have other reasons for allowing it in those 2 other sections. It's because weird stuff can happen. Alright, so there's our modded weapon we picked up after we crafted a nail bomb, which will give us the crafting ingredients for a modded weapon later on. And look, we have full health, so we're doing pretty good.
It's a good idea.
Let me know when you're ready.
And just remember, I'm putting an estimate of 3 hours on this run. We're doing just fine.
Already did it.
So this section here, the enemies aren't here already. They spawn in out of thin air. There's 3 waves of infected for this truck push section. So what we're going to do is this clicker will spawn in out of thin air, and we're going to alert it right away. You don't have to hit it, you just have to alert it. That will prevent a spawn of 2 other runners, which are supposed to spawn in right afterwards. There, we got to bring it over here. Alright. The pathfinding in this game is not that good when they know where you are. Alright, I'm going to try and do a trick here called the truck push. If you stop pushing the truck at the same frame as Bill, the truck will push itself. Did I get it? I think no, I didn't. Alright, almost got it. The normal strat is just use your shotgun before you use anything else. So that's what we're doing here. Not too bad.
All right, Ellie, get ready.
Not too shabby. That truck push, it's just a thing you can do. It's a frame perfect trick.
Yeah, well that means the infected here too. Go!
If you stop pushing the truck the exact frame as Bill, the truck will push itself. But besides that, that went according to plan. That was a pretty good truck push without getting that trick. Alright, now for Pittsburgh, which is one of my favorite chapters in this speedrun because starting here till the end of the run, with the exception of the 2 stalker sections, you gain a lot more control over what happens. No more plus signs, no more companion RNG. There is still randomness, but you gain a lot more control over what happens. You have more control over your own destiny. So the important thing to remember with this fight is you need to leave here with 2 rifle bullets. We have 4 right now. And we're conserving our revolver ammo for later. That's a fake glod, by the way.
Motherfucker! What's wrong with these guys?
Catch your breath. We're leaving.
Okay, here we go.
Watch out!
Stay down!
Beautiful. One more enemy. He should be right in front of us. Oh!
Oh, shit.
I didn't... I knew he was going to be there. I didn't expect him to stop halfway through. Okay, now these guys are going to spawn in out of thin air. And because it's grounded, they die in 1 hit from these guns. I can't use a pistol there because it would take 2 hits to kill them. And if this were another difficulty, I'd have to do that a different way because they don't die in 1 hit. All right, that was perfect.
All right, go.
We had to get that thing of alcohol to our left before we proceeded.
There's some pretty gnarly stuff in here.
Ellie!
Right.
All right, now the important thing is we have 2 rifle bullets. That's important for the very next enemy encounter.
Okay, go!
All right, I got it.
Look.
Grab the toolbox. Don't grab a smoke bomb. We're introduced to smoke, but we don't need to do any more inventory manipulation here. It's just that smoke bomb. If we pick it up now, he'll look at it for a long time, kind of like he did with the nail bomb in Billstown. If you don't pick up the smoke bomb there, you can pick it up much later,
the bridge. That's
where
our way
he
out of
just
here.
picks it up. Saves time.
Hey, Ellie, slow down. Wait for me.
What? Right here.
How about you let me go first?
All right, so this strat here involves 2 rifle bullets. We're going to use our 2 rifle bullets, and when we get down to 0, the last guy should drop 2 rifle bullets of his own. That's the plan, anyway. Let's see what actually happens.
Oh, no. Gotta get back. Oh, good.
Where did you learn to shoot? Get him!
And the 2 rifle bullets should be stuck in the bus, which we pick up right behind us. Beautiful.
That bridge looks pretty far.
We'll get there.
Is there anything in the checkpoint with no soldiers?
That's one of my favorite strats. You use up your supplies, and then you get them right back.
Yeah, me too.
All right, bookstore. There's, I don't know how many enemies. I honestly don't know. This is a spot where you don't have to kill anybody. You just make sure you stop sprinting after the first set of stairs there. Do a slow leap over, get that brick. We're going to distract this enemy with it.
Hey, see that?
Then just run. And we're good. That was very nice. The key for not getting alerted there is as soon as you see the lock-on show up, throw it, and then slow down to a jog as the brick is in the air. Once it hits the guy, then you can start sprinting again. That guarantees you're not like prematurely alerted, because sometimes you can get shot in your back there. Very safe strat there. All right, start of Pittsburgh going pretty good. We still got a lot to go.
All right.
There's a 3-hour estimate for a reason. A lot of games still to go. All
There's our bridge. We're a little closer.
right, there's a lot of downtime here.
Think.
Next is the hotel, which was the spot for the E3 2012, either 2011 or 2012 E3 demo from forever ago. It's going to go a lot faster than what they showed. But there's some downtime here, so a good spot for some donation readings, if you have any. If I'm pretending like I'm actually there.
What the hell? Oh, this place is bad.
What was that all about?
Get on. We're coming to the hotel.
Okay.
Alright, so now, while we're waiting for Ellie, we're going to go in here and grab a bottle, and then switch out to our arrows. Up. There we go. We're otherwise just waiting for Ellie to drop the plank there.
All right. Now you just need to find a way up.
There we go.
Do you think those hunters are gone?
And picking up that bottle allows us so we don't have to pick up this crouch and pick up this brick.
It's clear, Ellie.
1 second
Come on
time
down.
save. Okay, here we go. We're gonna do the entirety of the hotel
this is
here
too rich for my blood.
stealthy, which is shocking, I know. We do have to kill one enemy in our way, but we're gonna use the bow, so we do it quietly.
I'm on it.
Here we go. So we're gonna distract these enemies and just run past them.
Oh, shit. Get down, get down.
Stop sprinting here. Start up again right here. And then we can get to the top floor from here instead of a stairwell. Now, we're going to spawn in the enemies.
Creepy.
Pick up our last thing of supplements right here.
I hear it too.
And then, let's see. All right, we're going to get rid of this guy. I'm going to grab that as well. Grab a bottle just to be safe. We don't need it, but just to be safe. And if that arrow doesn't break, pick it up. It can be very valuable later. All right, here's the smoke bomb. If we had picked it up earlier, it wouldn't be here, but we don't have to spend that long animation looking at it. And also, there's some rubbing alcohol right there that I also need, so very convenient.
Let's see where this goes. It's gonna be a tight fit, but
All right, now we're going to wait for Ellie here. What we're going to do is we're finally going to use our supplements, and with them we're going to upgrade weapon sway. 50 supplements, 50 for weapon sway. There we go, and then we're going to switch back to our rifle. Very nice.
you find me something to climb on. Here we go. There we go.
Okay, so the reason I upgraded weapon sway instead of something else like maximum health or Shipmaster's Uses, but maximum health would be the other thing to upgrade there. It's not that useful for grounded. You still die at the same rate
I'm alright!
with certain guns and animations. Weapon sway upgrade I really need because fights from this point forward become much tougher, and I need a steadier aim to nail these shots. I could get by up until now, but I need the weapon sway assistance.
I'll make my way up to you.
One upgrade makes it so there's a lot less weapon sway. The second upgrade makes it so there's none at all.
Try.
It's hard to notice weapon sway after the first upgrade. but here we go. This is the first of 2 sections where there's stalkers. Stalkers suck, both in real life and in this game. They're probably the toughest infected to deal with, even though they're technically weaker than clickers. So you need to get a key card, turn on a generator, and go to a locked door. We're going to place this nail bomb because once we go for the generator, stalkers will spawn in out of thin air. So 3, 2, 1. Stalker spawned in right on top of that nail bomb. So now we need to get the key card and just go. We're sprinting around the bottom floor, so that gets the bloater. There's also a bloater to hop down to the bottom floor. I'm giving stalkers some time to move away from me. Beautiful. All right. Now, stalkers can't get you here. The bloater can, but by the time he gets here, we'll be gone. Beautiful. So the bloater was always there, but that sprinting around after turning the generator on made it so he dropped down to the first floor, the noise we were making. All right, kitchen area. I'm going to do this relatively quietly. Let's do this. Beautiful. Even got a pistol bullet on the way. Very nice. Very nice. So if you throw that brick at that first enemy, like as soon as the lock-on shows up, most of the time you won't get alerted. There's a backup strat in case you do. And then you get the second enemy, they're still not alerted, and then you go loud with the third, but then you brick and melee weapon the fourth. Very good strat. That's not an optional prompt. You need to hit that square prompt. QTE. You don't have to hit this one, though. You don't have to hit it. Okay. Next up is Financial District. This is one of the sections that we have been conserving revolver ammo for. I'm sure someone's just like, why hasn't he used revolver ammo? Because we've been saving it for sections like this.
Get back out, find that
there are
bridge.
going to be, hopefully, 13 enemies that we are going to try and take out in around 30 seconds. We're going to use a nail bomb, a Molotov, and 6 revolver bullets.
Hey, how about a hand?
Take out all these enemies.
You sure you can trust me with that?
Ellie.
Push!
I am.
Push harder!
There, how's that?
Let's go.
Make sure everything's reloaded. Oh my god, Peter. Alright. Sorry, I just glimpsed at chat. Okay, here we go. One of the toughest fights in the game.
Yeah, I should have known better. You're doing steal.
It's just a sound glitch, ignore it. Needs to kill 4. Very nice. Oh, hi. I'll pick that up. Where are you? Oh, God. Alright. Ellie? Alright, whatever. I think I picked up
Come on down.
Yes, I did. Okay. No, we're good.
Now the safety's on.
Alright, the only thing I would have improved about that is I had that guy with the shotgun. He was far away. That didn't do a lot of damage.
Okay.
The first clap, 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 applause, applause.
Alright, do your thing, Ellie.
That shotgun didn't do enough damage to put this run at risk. I still have the extra med kit in case anything happens from this point forward.
Stupid chain is stuck.
But yeah, that was really good. My one flaw with that was the shotgun guy. I have to aim at his legs because he has armor and a helmet. His legs are unarmored, so the revolver will kill him in one hit if I aim for the legs. That was still good. I'm satisfied with that.
Shit, get down, get down.
What else about that fight? Yes, it's very consistent that we got down to, remember what I said earlier, we got down to 0 rifle bullets, so those downed enemies have a chance of dropping some, and they did. They dropped 4 compared to yesterday's 0. And one Molotov guy always drops a fresh Molotov and a rag. You have to pick all that up before the section is forcibly ended, because after the cutscene, all the stuff there despawns. So that's why we kill the last enemy while we're kind of close to them.
Oh, man.
Ain't nothing we could have done.
I know.
Yeah, that's that.
It's just...
All right, now for the rest of financial.
Oh, man.
Also, there were 2 rifle bullets behind us because Ellie brought the rifle back down, and it had 2 bullets in it. So we get an extra 2. All right, up. Switch out to the arrow, to the bow. Use this brick that we didn't use during the fight. We're going to use it right here to distract him. And then just run past them. Now to get Ellie closer to us, once the music cues, restart encounter. Alright, now we're going to take these guys out quietly. Keep in mind, there are 3 enemies in the top floor of the building to our right. Alright, good. I think that arrow vanished again. That arrow didn't break, but it didn't, but I think it vanished. Speaking of vanishing, if you kill those 4 guys quietly, the enemies in this building disappear. Very convenient. I'm doing fine with supplies. It's not a big deal. Super convenient. Alright, now for that military truck we just saw kill those 2 people. We're going to run past it. Where we're going to distract the enemies outside of the truck with a very specific throw. Let's see how we do. Oh, I'm just going to do that over. I have no clue why I was alerted there. Let's try again. Okay, I didn't throw it far enough. That was the problem. Come on. Alright, that's how it was supposed to go. No damage, no nothing. That was my fault. I underthrew it. So the enemies turned towards me instead of where the brick landed. Swing at him. And that's that. Okay, no biggie. My fault. And Ellie... Oh, okay. We're going to get a weird checkpoint here. There's going to be a black screen, but it should place us in this building. In this building. Okay. That's something that can happen. Let's do this again. I'm sorry. Give me a sec. That's a very rare glitch that can happen.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
I got shot, and I just died. I would have preferred if that just didn't happen. Let's just keep going.
I heard it too.
There we go, no damage. That's a glitch that can happen. That's happened to me 2 other times before in my 5.5 years of speedrunning. I don't know why that happens. That's the 3rd time that's ever happened to me in 5.5 years. See? We're fine now. There's always a chance of that happening. We don't know the cause. Like I said, it's the rarest thing of RNG you can get. Let's just try and ignore. I'm liking how the submission video is going, so I'm just gonna keep going. All right. Ignore the time. Ignore the time. If we just take that out, because I did it perfectly the first time. If we take that out, no big deal.
We're okay. They can't see us.
Just ignore it. Because in reality, that was a perfect financial district.
Sorry about the whole gun thing.
All right, Henry. Henry and Sam. That's basically Bill 2.0. They don't do much, but they just follow us everywhere. They're going to try and help us escape the city.
We're right next to one of them lookout areas. This is just you and your daughter.
I promise.
And they're also kind of slow, so we're just going to hop ahead of them.
I can appreciate that.
And you got a funny result. And bloop. He just goes right through the wall.
Be quiet. Get away from
No, I'm keeping this one going, all right? Let's literally just pretend it didn't happen.
They're gone. Man, that fucking truck. It's been hounding us ever since we got in this damn...
That's the
Sam, what are you
GDQ
doing?
curse right there.
Nothing.
All right, next area. There's 3 human enemies on the bottom floor and 2 enemies on the top floor. If you kill the bottom floor enemies quietly, the 2 enemies up top will come out of their rooms slowly. If you kill the bottom floor enemies very loudly,
Now, come on.
the top 2 enemies will come sprinting out of their rooms. That's what we want.
How far is this?
So we're going to do this bottom floor. Come on.
Real close.
Switch out. There we go. We're going to push Henry in this room. We're going to get this last thing of alcohol here. Alright, that's another rare instance. I'll use the medkit. Switch out to the bow.
We did it.
Henry needs to climb that part of the car. Alright, we climbed that in a very specific way.
Oh, shit! Let's do this.
Alright, we're just gonna kill this guy. And Henry should be sprinting into this area. There we go.
Through this...
There we go.
You sure it's safe, being so close to them?
Alright, I'm gonna use the emergency medkit. That wasn't supposed to happen, just like before.
One of them.
Luck is starting to turn, I can tell, but that's alright.
Everybody through.
What did happen? I don't know. The enemy decided to shoot me instead of, like, running into me. Alright, arrow, revolver, and craft.
All right.
I am.
Should I use it? I'm just gonna use it here.
Here we are.
Alright, that's what we grabbed the medkit in the slums for. Just for weird instances like that. I'm doing well on inventory,
I'll stay close,
so
okay?
I'm definitely keeping this going.
You tried this before?
Alright, Searchlight. This is another spot where we've been conserving revolver ammo for.
Relax, old man.
I just hope
The
you
one-hit
know
kill weapons are going to help us out a lot here. Alright, we're going to start the fight quietly. And then go loud halfway through. So here we go.
Okay. Hey, what? Take it quietly. I'll follow your lead.
We're still good on arrows.
You hear that? Clicker. Yeah, I hear it, but I don't see shit. What to hide behind?
Here we go. Good.
Henry, give me a hand.
Perfect fight. Perfect. There we go.
Ready?
Alright, there's an enemy up here that you can let Henry kill, but you'd wait a little too long, so we're just gonna get rid of him ourselves.
Wait, wait, wait.
Got him. All right, check it out.
We're just gonna get rid of him ourselves. Speeds things up a little. Alright, I'm gonna switch to the rifle because we have way more ammo than we need.
We're good. Sam, let's go.
All right, kid, come on. There you go. Come on.
Alright, the next area is the bar. There are 4 enemies, and we're going to take them all out with hopefully 1 Molotov throw.
Okay, we gotta get him up.
I'm sorry. We're leaving.
What? What's this Bullshit.
We'll recover. Don't worry.
What the fuck, Henry?
So far, Bill plus sign and that black screen thing, which is only the 3rd time it's ever happened to me.
Together.
We're doing fine.
Let's go!
1 Molotov, 4 burnt enemies. A restart encounter gets rid of a weird camera glitch. Here we go. Perfect throw. Beautiful. And onward we go. Alright, now if we sprint towards the back door of this cop car, it'll skip the camera pointing towards the truck. And if you also shoot that gas tank right there, it'll skip the animation of Joel tripping over it when the truck sets it off, saving another 3 or 4 seconds. Alright, good searchlight.
Hey, we're gonna
There we go.
search this
We
area.
needed a rebound
See what
split
we come
there.
up with.
Very nice.
That was intense. You cool?
Yeah. Let's go find that radio tower.
Right, now for sewers. There are 3 different enemy encounters in this game, but they all happen towards the end of the section, so we have a lot of downtime to go here. So, some donations, or story stuff, explanation going on.
Way ahead of you, kid.
I like this restart encounter. We need to go up there. If you stand up after climbing, it'll place you right here. Saves like 15 seconds of just walking and running.
All right, come on, kids.
That's one of my favorites.
All right, you go in. Okay.
Hey, flashlights
Crouch
out.
walking
Sam, stay.
to avoid slowly normal walking.
Someone's finally learning. Oh, great. Which way?
Joel, you should see what's over here.
This way. Right here.
Alright, let's see. We're going to do a restart encounter up here, which does 2 things. One, it places Henry and Sam closer to us, but it also makes it so a triangle prompt we hit later can consistently be hit. Sometimes if you just do it normally without restarting encounter, the triangle prompt disappears and then reappears after like 3 or 4 seconds. A little strange.
Can we get out this way?
So Henry and Sam being right here, as soon as Joel resurfaces, Henry will be at the wheel ready to turn it. If not, he's right around where Ellie is.
Henry, give it a shot.
All right.
Right, ready to turn.
I'm gonna go have a look. You keep an eye out.
We're just going to bring this over to Ellie. She'll hop on. We'll place it next to a generator that she turns on, which makes that moving
Oh, there
platform
you go. That's smart.
move to the other side. Now the next enemy encounter's coming up. We're going to use all the shotgun we have, which should be 3 shotgun shells. You can get by if you have 2. It's more convenient to have 3.
Let's see if that generator's still got some juice.
And we're hopefully going to get some pistol ammo drops. We have 4 revolver bullets, so we're not going to get a drop, remember what I said. You can only get a revolver drop if you have 2 or less. But we have 1 pistol bullet, so these enemies will drop some. Also, don't fall into the water. If you do, Henry will help you back up. But he'll do it on his own terms. He's very slow.
Yeah, don't jinx us.
That's something I didn't mention, but is a part of this speedrun. Certain enemies will only drop certain types of ammo. In this area, they will only drop, well, shorty if you pick it up. We're not going to pick it up here. we'll pick it up later. But they'll only drop pistol and revolver ammo. If you want a rifle or ammo from something else, you're not going to get it. So here we go. Open for some pistol ammo. Alright, nothing from him. And they didn't drop anything. Alright. I've been very lucky with ammo from other guns, so we'll manage. I obviously would have preferred they drop some pistol ammo. No biggie, though. We have more than enough to get through. Way more.
It was me. I must have triggered some kind of safety gate or something. Henry, see if we can lift this.
Alright, now for the second and last stalker section. So what we're going to do is we have to kill one, but we're going to sprint through and hit the triangle prompt to boost Sam up to drop a ladder.
Hey, this thing isn't budging, man.
And you can do it even though there are enemies behind you.
Sam,
that's what we're going to attempt to do. We'll see. I'm going to restart encounter to reset the enemy AI to make it more consistent. This is an inconsistent section, but the strat we have here is good. Let's see. Right, here we go. Hopefully the stalker to our right is not rushing us. He's not. Bash his head once. That glide should make the others give up their chase.
Move it.
That was a combination of unlucky and very lucky. That stalker wasn't supposed to be there. But what a shot. Oh no, there's one right there. Come on, come on, come on. Go, 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 go. We're fine, yeah. You're never out of the clear. Once you boost him up, you are not safe. Most of the time. That strat works more times than it doesn't. Oh, man. Didn't quite work there for a couple reasons. Well, I did it perfectly. The strat is what it is. I did it perfectly, but a stalker followed me to the ladder. That was a very nice shot.
Get away from the door.
Saved me 30 seconds. And then a stalker also followed me while I was waiting for Sam to drop the ladder. He didn't do any damage, but it cut it very close.
Sam, what the hell are you doing?
The two stalker sections are the worst. I told you, you lose a lot of control. Alright, this part right here, this is basically an enemy encounter where you just gotta run down the clock. It's an infinite spawn of infected. The section will only allow 5 to be in here at one point. There's never 6 or more. So we need to wait for Sam and Ellie to open the door from the other side, because it's locked.
Damn thing's stuck.
Is there anything I can use? Arrow? I'll switch to a bow just in case. It's okay to leave the searchlight without any arrows. So what we're going to do is use our shorty ammo to keep them at bay. We're going to wait to kill them until the very last second. Alright, I'm going to just swing at this one. And as a side effect, he'll freeze. Just doing a little damage so my shorty can kill them from farther away. Alright, I'm backing up. We only have 4 to deal with. Henry? Henry, take 1. Alright, we're fine. There are more infected coming, but we're okay. There we go.
Go.
That was ugly, but it went according to plan. The strat there is to waste all your shorty ammo on those guys.
Fresh air.
When you kill one, the game will just resupply another infected to enter the area. So what we do is we wait until the very last second to kill them, so that by the time Ellie and Sam open the door, or by the time the game resupplies more infected,
let's go.
The door is already open. That's the easiest way to describe it. With regards to the freezing clicker, that's a side effect.
That was a close one, huh?
That is a side effect of swinging at the clicker before Joel says, "Get ready." It only works for clickers too. As soon as it hops down, swing at it, it'll flail his arms, and then when he starts to move forward, he'll freeze.
Let's find a way around.
That will only work before Joel says, "Get ready," because there's like a downtime period.
Business as usual, right? When I was with Henry, I took out a
Like from the moment they hop into the area until Joel says, "Get ready," you could just stand next to them. They won't attack you. There's like 4 seconds you have where they don't do anything. It's that 4-second period that allows that to happen. Okay, now for the sniper. I have close to full health. I'm not worried about the sniper. I'm worried about the guys on the ground. This is grounded. If you have full health, the sniper will kill you if he hits you.
Somewhere down the street.
But the enemies on the ground floor running around with rifles and revolvers, they're what you have to worry about.
I'm gonna go around and...
There is a route here so you don't ever get hit by the military sniper.
Hey, be careful.
Here we go. Let's see what happens. Go to the left. Jump over the left dumpster. Go to the right of the stairs. That tree will always be in his line of sight. I still cringe, though. Alright, what do we get here? Alright, the alert sound means we can keep going.
Behind that burnout building! Ah, there you are!
Just keep going. If I didn't get the alert sound, I would have to crouch walk through the building. Alright, we're going to do a slow leap in the left window. That should make it so the enemies don't know where we are. Oh. Well, you can tell they didn't know where we were. Only once we entered did they know. Alright, that was good. See that? I could have done that with no health at all. Alright, now this isn't target practice. You have to kill them quickly. 1, 2, 3. And this guy here. And then this guy. Now, these next enemies, we're going to delay killing this one. Which will make it. These enemies spawn in on their own time. That didn't delay anything. But this enemy will come out the middle door. And then these enemies show up at the same time. I'll wait to... A little time lost there. I could have hit him right there, but... Tree was in the way. That prevents it, so like I wouldn't have to wait for an extra enemy coming out over here. Saves like 6 seconds. Alright, there's the military truck from Pittsburgh, where we had the black screen glitch thing happen. I'm still a little hung up on that. We've recovered nicely, though. Let's keep going. Alright, so these enemies spawn in infinitely. There, and up there. Until either Henry or Ellie kill one themselves. 1, 2, so we're killing them at a specific time. Alright, there's 1, 2, 3. Now they're going to shoot this one. And we're going to wait for this guy to show up and fire a bullet, then we're going to kill him. Okay, there we go. Come on. Alright, let's see. They're going to kill one themselves. Alright. I'll get hit. Okay. And that's that. It's a flip of a coin. Are they going to kill this one, or are they going to kill this one? I always, like, zoom out, just so I can tell which one they shoot at. This one, they shot him, which they don't do. They shoot him more often. And this guy's going to pop up, and you shoot him, and that's that.
That was intense.
You all right, Sam?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Thanks, Joel.
Listen to the nerve of Henry here. Listen what he has to say.
This.
All right, we did it.
What did he do?
We should move.
All right.
Whatever.
Sam!
Okay. These infected show up. Once a plus sign shows up, you just kill one of them. And that's that.
Sam, are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
You sure?
I said I'm fine.
Come on, come on!
Let's move!
Alright, this right here is target practice. You could do nothing and time will pass at the same time. But it's just fun during downtime to test your aim. I stink.
No.
Alright, now if you fire a bullet when they cross the car, like that, it makes the zooming out happen just a little bit quicker. Okay.
Jackson
Now
County.
for Jackson.
Means we're close to Jackson City, right?
By the way, I did some slower strats there I didn't talk
Ready to
about.
see
That's
Dale, brother?
why I lost some time there.
I'm just ready to get there.
You nervous?
When entering the sniper section, I usually take some fall damage just to save some time running. It would be like 4 seconds better. I'm also going to do the same thing here because I just don't trust a marathon environment. What I normally do here is I jump down from up there and I take some fall damage. And I'll only do that if I have a med kit because the next enemy encounter we have will be in the dam. And if you have that fall damage and you get hit by a guy with a rifle, you're dead. But if you have full health, you can survive it. You'll leave with this much, but that's not a big deal. Yet.
Whoa, what's that?
Right there's a hydroelectric power plant. It uses the river's movement and turns it into.
Here's just some puzzles. This would be a good time for some donations. Also,
Look, I
what
know
I think
what
would
it
be a
is. I
really
don't know how
good
it
donation incentive for the marathon. There's a scene coming up here where Ellie wants to high-five you. And you can choose whether to do it. If you do high-five her, she's just like, yeah! If not, she makes you feel really bad about yourself. I think it would be it's sort of like a save the animals, kill the animals. It's literally a 2-second difference in terms of speedrunning. Maybe even less than that.
I need you to.
I know. Step on the fucking pallet.
I think it would be nice for the marathon. Especially for people who have played it. I'll show you what it looks like to not high-five her. Just to show what your donation money would be going towards. It's like, if you want to avoid this from happening, you better get your donations in.
Oh, give it a spin.
It's just like Super Metroid's save the animals, kill the animals. Very similar.
Hey, go get the other one. You can use it as a bridge. Hey, be careful crossing that thing.
I will.
Okay, we're not gonna high-five her.
Teamwork. Really? Just gonna leave me hanging? All right. Let's see how it is. Just like 5. Just 5 seconds.
And if you high-five her, she's
I
just
know
like,
I am
yeah!
too.
And that's it.
Let's get past this place, then we can scrounge up some food.
People have raised money at GDQ for weirder things. It's such a meme.
Ain't no way around.
False alarm!
Okay, here we are at the dam.
We've been dealing with raids. A lot of bandits in this area.
It's been quiet for a few days.
What the hell are you doing here? I thought I'd find you in Jackson.
Been trying to bring the plant back to life.
We had it working before, but one of the turbines went south.
We have electricity, Joel. I had. We'll get her running again.
No way. You guys have horses.
We got a whole lot
Right.
of them.
Let's say hi to the...
Sorry, I'll be right back.
We call him Hey Thanks Tommy.
Can I?
Try not to stare directly into his eyes.
He likes when you cut his ears. You ever ride one?
I actually have.
His eyes are so creepy.
You know, if you want, we can take him riding later.
Even his voice.
Awesome.
There.
Hey, thanks, Tommy.
Hey, thanks, Tommy.
No sweat. All right, let's continue the tour.
Such a creepy looking guy.
Earl?
Yeah?
Why are you here? Weren't you supposed to head back this morning?
Still waiting on Hauser and the rest of the boys to relieve me.
You know, we'll be fine. Just go home to your family.
Just a couple more hours. I'll tough it out.
Okay,
Right.
there's a
Take it
strat
easy.
here that was found by Twitch user The Twister. Really saved these runs. Watch this. See how she opens the door right away? For the longest time, it used to be she would either open the door right away, or she would just stand there looking at the door for 10 to 12 seconds. We would lose time for absolutely no reason.
My turn anyway. I'll go.
Until the Twister found out that if you're blocking her, she will never go towards the door, no matter how much time has passed. So if you're blocking the door, when she stops walking, get out of her way, and she'll go for the door right away.
6 time of them trying to get the turbines back online.
I mentioned him specifically because that was just a great strat.
Forever.
It is no longer a headache.
I got something for you. Last year I went back to Texas, back home. Most of our stuff is long gone. Most of it.
Exactly. How do you solve a problem like Maria? Well, we solved her.
It's a little faded, but it still looks pretty good.
I'm good.
You sure? I mean...
I've said I'm good.
Okay.
If you just mash X there, he'll just say, I'm good, before Tommy's even done talking.
I need to talk to you. Privately.
Yeah, okay. Let me just check on my guys real quick. Come on.
Alright, the only strat here is to run right behind him so he runs faster. And this one's low-key pretty big. Let Tommy walk pretty far through the door
I don't know what you heard.
so that he will keep walking ahead of you. If you follow like as close as you can behind him through the door, he'll lag behind. But if you just let him walk pretty far through the door and then follow him, he'll just keep on walking forward. Saves a good 3 or 4 seconds.
What do you do for protection?
Adults take turns guarding the perimeter.
Alright, so all the parts that we picked up throughout this run, we're finally going to use them. We've only upgraded weapon sway with our supplements. We're finally going to use all the parts we've been picking up to upgrade Joel's weapons. That's going to be the right holster and the clip capacity and the hunting rifle. And that's all we're going to upgrade. There's the last thing of parts we need. We should have 96. When I go on a crafting table, you'll be able to see on the top right how many parts he has. But first, we're going to pick up the El Diablo here. We're not losing time, because this section for its progression is dialogue-driven. So we need to make it out here before they're done talking. They'll be just like, to the left. Watch it. Now they're trying to fix a generator. Like I said, it's dialogue-driven. We're not wasting any time by doing this.
All right, that's good. Tommy's here.
So Tommy's the one who has to open the door. So 96 parts, right holster, clip capacity in the rifle. Now Tommy won't start moving until we get past an invisible line and after they say, "God damn, we did it, boys." So right here, he'll start walking.
We did it, boys!
See, so conveniently, we're done upgrading our weapons, the dialogue, and we get past that point all at the same time. It's a very, very good strat. Okay, rifle, pistol. Gotta reload.
That's pretty impressive. Looks like you're out $2 million.
Full health. Now for the damn fight. We're going to shoot the a pistol guy on the top left with the El Diablo, and then just rush out, and the enemies will die behind us. Here we go. If I miss any shots, we have to start over. Alright, not bad. Keep going. Very nice. Just keep going. Alright, now all the enemies are going to die behind us. There's one. There's another. And there's another. Good. No. Okay, here we go. 5 enemies. 5 dead enemies. That makes the door shut. There's our last thing of alcohol that we needed for one more Molotov. Here we go. And, alright, that wasn't too bad. Played it on the safe side there. Alright, grab everything, switch out. El Diablo and pistol. Not too bad. So what happened there was, I killed that one enemy with a bottle throw and a pipe sprinting swing. And then I go into the room to kill the last 3 enemies in there. There was also a 4th enemy to my left, but because I went into that room, our allies killed him themselves.
She usually pull these stunts.
And then for some reason, we weren't alerted, so I was able to get an easy headshot, kill the guy to my left, and then kill the guy in the back. Now, it's a little slower, but what you can do is wait for Ellie, because that guy has armor, so you have to hit his legs, but he's behind a pool table, so it's very difficult. What you can do is wait for Ellie to shoot him, that breaks his armor, and then all you have to do is hit him in the body once, with any gun that you want. I chose the rifle because I have excess. And then on the bottom there were 2 El Diablo bullets, 2 pistol bullets, and 2 rifle bullets to pick up. Which we're going to use right here. We're going to use 2 El Diablo bullets and 4 rifle bullets. That's what we were conserving them for, right here.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Okay.
How many do you see?
Here we go.
Too goddamn many. Right here!
This section has a nice flow to it. Go. Alright, these are the tough shots. Him. Excellent. As soon as you make contact, restart encounter. That place is in the middle. Section is done. Grab that. Go into your backpack and watch what Tommy does. Bloop. It makes the horses show up just a little bit faster. That was very nice. Come on, go over the log, please. Oh my god. This game. Alright, now for the ranch. 2 enemies on the top floor, 3 enemies on the bottom floor. We're going to use a combination of the rifle and El Diablo. And then use a Molotov for the last 3. Now, if you kill the top floor enemies loudly, but very quickly, the bottom floor enemies will not be alerted to your presence, because they only spawn in once you start on the top of the stairs. If you kill them loudly and slowly, they actually throw a smoke bomb on the bottom floor. You don't know what's going on. So we're going to El Diablo and rifle the top guys, because we only have 1 bullet for each. It's the last time we use those guns in this whole run. And then Molotov the bottom floor guys. Here we go. Just make sure all your guns are reloaded.
Ellie?
Pistol?
Ellie?
Alright, we're good. So here we go.
Check down there.
Alright, and switch out. Down, down, down. Very nice. Alright, that was good. The time loss in that section was getting blocked by Tommy and his horse. Performance-wise, that was perfect. So what happened there? Yeah, I switched out my holsters. So left holster should be a shotgun, right holster should be a shorty, and the far right holster should be my revolver. Because we don't have any downtime from this point forward to switch them out. I was just waiting for the triangle prompt to show up for the door. Alright, this next area. We need to turn on a generator, which will unlock controls for a gate, which is locked. But there are 6 runners guarding it.
I reckon it takes quite a crew to run that operation.
So we're going to use our last Molotov. One more Molotov.
Whoa.
Sounds like runners.
Stay with the horse. That's what you do. Yes, I don't want him running off.
Just make sure our guns are reloaded. Here we go. Just kind of bait them a little into a ball. That should have gotten them all. It did. Alright, that's 6 runners dead from 1 Molotov throw. And I have 3 revolver bullets, so they're not going to drop any. If I had 2, I need 3 revolver bullets for the science lab coming up. I'll pick up a shotgun if they drop one. Yeah, okay. Just in case. I'm also going to get rid of this.
Hey,
That's all planned. I'll talk about that in a second.
I would have wanted to be an astronaut.
Here.
That a fact.
Yeah.
As soon as you regain control of Joel, restart encounter, the gate is open, and you're on the horse. Nice little time save there.
What about you?
So I need 3 revolver bullets and a shotgun shell for the science lab. I absolutely need it. If I don't, I would be in trouble.
A singer.
Shut up.
What else?
Serious.
Sing something.
No.
Yeah, I wasted that shorty shell because the shotgun and the shorty are basically the same weapon. They serve the same purpose. They're shotguns. I need an empty gun to do this next section consistently. It's the dorm room basement, I guess. There are like 6 clickers and a bloater. What we're going to do is alert them right away to draw them away from the door that we need to exit out of.
Watch yourself.
You too.
And firing a bullet makes them all inconsistent. But sprinting right away, the alert takes too long. So what I'm going to do is fire an empty gun and then sprint. That makes it so you're alerted right away. And pretty much all the enemies are very consistent. So here we go. Shorty. Get this bottle here. Throw it at this clicker here. Oh, they sound loud. But it's a very consistent strat, as you can see. I don't even see anyone. Oh, there's a clicker. And we're gone. Even if you cut it close, once the square QTE prompt disappears, you're granted invincibility frames. So we're good.
More infected. I'm fine.
Here, come up on the gate.
See, that bottle throw and that clicker is always there. That is one of the more consistent strats in the entire run. That empty gunfire and the sprint, you pick up a bottle, and I just knew to throw it there because the clicker is always there. The lock-on shows up at the last second. Alright, now we have to worry about the science lab. Their science lab is actually very, very brutal. There are a lot of enemies to deal with. There's like 6 on the top floor, then there's another like 6 on the bottom floor. And they all have they all have much better weapons than earlier human enemies. They have shorties and shotguns and El Diablos and Revolver, like much higher impact weapons.
You think they were fireflies?
No. No, I don't think so.
Why would they have infected so close to the lab?
But like I said, all we need
them as a form of
is
defense. Maybe they're doing the same.
a smoke bomb and a brick, which we have, 1 shotgun shell, and 3 revolver bullets. That's all we need. We have 2 shotgun shells, just, I don't know, I wanted to. You don't need it. can actually get this dumpster to roll down the hill if you're pulling it, Joel will just like olay it at the bottom. There we go. Olay.
Alright, not what I had in mind.
Also, yeah, someone in the chat reminded me. There's actually a new strat developed yesterday. Runs didn't work out, so I just decided to practice this area. That was almost a gold. Nice.
Alright, we're inside. Come on, kiddo, give me your hand.
Ellie can sometimes get a plus sign, just like Bill. And if that happens, you gotta redo the section, just like what happened earlier in Billstown. But we learned if you take a different route, like going around a table, it pushes her further back, so the chances of her getting a plus sign are, from what I practiced, basically 0. I guess time will tell if it's that consistent, but it looked like it. I practiced it for hours.
Figure out what's going on.
Alright, we gotta pick up a brick. There's some in here.
Stay.
There are no bodies. That's good, right?
We found out where they went.
Alright, you're spooked by something moving behind you, so you gotta crouch walk until the light vanishes. And it turns out it's just infected monkeys. Fun fact, you can do this at home next time you're playing. Trigger in this scene, go back downstairs, and there's a monkey T-posing in a doorway. It's hilarious.
No fireflies either. Well, maybe in all that research, they turned into fucking monkeys.
Alright, so this is a new strat as of yesterday. Never done in a run before. But the whole point of it is to make it super consistent. Here we go. The strat itself is quite difficult, but I have the right amount of supplies. So just go to the right of the table here, and that should push Ellie backwards.
Let's get the hell out of here.
Get him!
Alright, distract him. Get your shotgun ready. Shotgun that fire extinguisher. Throw the smoke bomb down below. Alright, 3 revolver bullets. Ready? 1, 2, 3. There we go. We have time to run past this guy. Throw the brick at him. Alright, we're not out of the woods yet. Sometimes something can happen here. Okay. Good. Ellie actually got a plus sign as I was hitting triangle for the door. That's kind of strange. Something that can happen there is very similar to what happened in Financial District. The camera zooms out and you get a black screen, and then it places you right here. Wastes around 10 or 12 seconds. But it didn't happen there. And I'm hoping that new strat there prevents that from happening. That was a perfect science lab.
What?
First observation, though, because that was the first time I did it in an actual run. Ellie did get a plus sign just as I was hitting triangle. It takes like 15 seconds for it to fill in, so I'm not worried about the time. Just, I've never seen that before.
1,
so it's causing some side effects, but hopefully irrelevant side effects. I'd be fine with that. Alright, there. When the enemies burst through the building, you have to shoot the guy on the right. If not, he will kill you. It's optional to kill the guy on the left right there. If not, Ellie will kill him for you.
let's go. Joel? How we doing?
I'm fine.
But it's faster to kill him yourself.
Come on, move!
Okay. One enemy to deal with here. If you peek around the corner, he'll just shotgun the table like he's doing.
Just stay here.
So what we're gonna do is wait for Ellie to shoot him once. Then we're gonna peek around and headshot him. But you can't headshot him too quick, otherwise the shot won't count. It looks ridiculous. He gets headshot and nothing happens to him.
Want to do this the hard way?
Just mashing L1 there. Alright, so she's gonna fire. Then you aim and shoot. Even like 1 second sooner, and that hit wouldn't have registered. So, sort of like a perfect timing kind of thing.
We gotta get you out of here.
I'm okay.
Alright, now, up next, we have Winter.
Now come
Winter is, if you've ever played this part of the game, be it on any difficulty, especially grounded, it is brutal. The Coalmine fight, when you're fighting with a guy named David. That part is brutal, but the strats in place are good.
Just keep at it. Oh man. Here, lean on me.
No.
Well, can you walk?
Yes.
Then fucking walk.
The important part is we're going to use, because we need arrows leaving that fight in order to do the next part quietly. So we're going to use up all our rifle ammo before we use our arrows, because they never drop arrows, but they do drop rifle ammo.
The kid's got a gun.
Yeah, there's no denying, the winter part of this game is the best part. Casually and speedrunning. When the strats are going well and everything's going like it's supposed to, it is one of my personal favorites, despite its difficulty.
Push your armor on me. All right, let's go. I swear to God, I get you out of this. You're so singing for me.
You wish.
But first, before we do winter, we have to hunt a deer.
Wait here.
So you're supposed to spawn it, and then run around and chase it and shoot it twice. And then follow it to where the fight ends up taking place.
Oh shit.
But what you can do is you can actually shoot it with an arrow as soon as it spawns in. And the hit will count. It's much faster to do it that way. To the point, if I miss it, just restart and counter, try it again.
Can you get on?
So that's what we're going to do. So here we go. Okay. I need to listen to the snap of the twig and its footsteps.
Where'd you go? There you are.
Got him. Ooh, I didn't think I got him. Very nice. Thought I was aiming a little too high. So I used the shadows of the tree to know where to aim and then listen for the snap of the twig and his footsteps to know when to fire. Whew. I'm more stressed about that than I am for this upcoming fight. Now, as a result of shooting him like that, you can get really close to him for the second shot. Now, don't get too close to him or else he'll run in the opposite direction than he is right now.
How are you still alive?
And then this is where you need to end up going. Very nice. Very nice. Okay, here we go. Coalmine fight. Takes around 2 minutes to do. So if I mess up towards the end, just a little restart and counter.
Oh, great.
Just do it again. I don't expect to fail it though. Cool. One missed rifle shot and that could ruin like the flow of it.
Oh.
There's a long loading screen here. It's technically a cutscene, but it takes a while to start. Okay, here we go.
No matter what, we have to keep them out.
So, stand right here, which will force David to look out this window.
Okay.
And then we go over here. 1.
Make every shot count now.
2.
I've done this before.
3. David will run away over there, which leaves us clear to do this. And arrow this one before he gives us ammo. Come on, give me ammo.
Yeah, I got more rifle. You weren't kidding. You're a better shot with that thing than I am.
There's 2 rifle bullets.
Give me a hand with
Alright, I can't get the arrow. That's okay. So all these enemies dropped ammo because we got down to 0.
Help me with this thing.
And then David gave us 6 once we got down to 0 as well. But we had to kill them before he gave us the ammo. Now we're killing them with arrows because there's a chance we can get them back.
Don't let them come in through the windows.
I'm doing a reload cancel to fire faster. 3. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Maybe they followed you and your friend.
Come on. 1. Alright, lots of arrows are breaking here. Did this one break? I think it did. Alright, I'm getting a little unlucky with arrows here. Let's see. I know there's one to pick up here. No, I need an arrow here. I'm positive that it didn't... Oh, no, I'm in trouble. Alright. I find a way to make it through, no matter what. I'll manage. That's every arrow that broke. Alright, I'm gonna be tested here. I'm gonna try and get this one back. Alright, I got one back. Alright, we're fine. That's incredibly unlucky. I fired 5 arrows, they all broke. Or I couldn't pick them up. Not worried about that though, not yet. I believe I will be okay. Alright, that trick right there is very similar to Henry when you meet up with him and you're hopping over the rails and he goes through the wall. You can knife ahead of him, otherwise you'd have to just follow behind him very slowly.
Fine.
Get out of there!
Okay. A little worried about arrows, but I know I'll be fine. This will prove that this run is marathon worthy. Because that was very unlucky. I've been pretty lucky this run though, with regards to weapons and ammo. There are some things I can do. I'll be okay.
There you are.
Alright, so this strat right here. This is to prevent a clicker from glitching into this area. It's something that can just happen. So this firing this gun in the corner, I'm not doing it for no reason.
Here. Come here, boost me up.
When I got separated from David, I was sprinting the very second I gained control over Ellie. That causes a clicker to glitch into this area, literally fuse through the wall, and glitch into this area and attack either me or David. Firing that empty pistol into the wall there gets rid of that.
I know.
There's a clicker here. We're just gonna run around it and see we're fine. And bye, Mr. Clicker. Alright, now for part 2 of the Coalmine fight. Here we go. There's a little too much going on for me to explain all of it, so I'm just gonna do it and then explain afterwards.
Yeah, no shit.
So I timed that triangle prompt right there, so the fight starts 9 seconds earlier than it's supposed to. Alright. Here we go. A little worried about arrows, but I'm good with rifle ammo.
See anything?
I might have to take this fight just a little bit slower. Good. I needed that runner to hop down.
You hear that? They're on the roof.
I know.
Clutch. Come on. Come on.
Much obliged.
Alright. They're all not breaking, so that's good. There's one. There's one.
Things are there.
There's another. Alright, I can't use any arrows here. David, I need your help here. for a bloater. Killed him. Going down here to get some ammo and my arrows. Alright, that was a perfect fight, but I did it in a very sketchy way. What happened was, I missed a rifle shot. I killed the first wave, I stabbed the runner in the neck. I had to fire a rifle on one of those runners, but I missed. But I nailed my next 2 arrows, which saved it.
Check on that buck of ours.
It was a backup strat. Also, no arrows broke. I fired 4 arrows that fight, none of them broke. The game made up for it, like compensation or something. I am in a perfect position to keep going. And I cut time. That was actually kind of amazing. I'm not able to show, like, every section and what the backup strats are, but just know there is a backup for literally every single thing in this game. Everything. Like, I had to do the backup there. There were some other things there, like the first wave of enemies. Hold on. Let me actually do this. So if you go to the right here, you need to get grabbed once by these enemies. But if you turn the camera around, the guy will hop on and then hop off. Just like that. Alright, so the start of that fight, I rifled one, that spawned in 2 extra clickers. That Molotov got rid of them all. Then I was able to stab one that hopped down. And then that fight just has a nice flow to it.
Over here! Yeah!
I missed 1 rifle bullet, but that's okay. Alright, now this next section, unfortunately we gotta say bye to Callus here. That's the name of the horse. Alright, now we have to do this next part stealthy, because these enemies... We're playing as Ellie now. She has even less health than Joel. Well, not that she has less health. She has 5 bars of health, but she gets damaged much more than Joel. Like, 1 hit from a runner would have given her like half of 1 bar of health, whereas Joel, it just does 1 bar of damage. So here we go. This is why we needed arrows for this fight. That's why I was stressing earlier.
Where do I go?
1.
Where'd they go?
You better be going around. You are. Okay. Alright, there was supposed to be a guy there. If he's not there, that means he's going around the bathrooms.
Here we go.
Right, that was perfect.
Okay. Don't fall in the water. Don't fall in. Oh, shit.
Alright, now for the lodge. There's something that can happen. It's like a black screen soft lock. And a way to avoid that, from what I know, is to arrow the guy in the window before he's finished his sentence. So that's why I need an arrow for this area. And then we have 2 rifle bullets for 2 more enemies that are just running around the lodge. So here we go. Let's see what the guy in the back does. He turned around. That means I'm safe for now. If I leap over this chair here, I won't get alerted right here.
Cover the ground.
Okay.
Sure she's not hiding somewhere over here.
Alright. Slow climb. That's why I crouched before. Okay. So here we go. 3 enemies to kill. Got him. And we got him. Very nice. And that's that. You have to kill those 3 enemies for the triangle prompt for this door to show up. Alright, that was good.
Relax. Keeping you alive here.
Alright, so now Joel miraculously wakes up. And now we gotta go find Ellie. We have a med kit ready to go for this area. I might do it for like a safer strat.
Where the hell are you?
The last part playing as Joel is probably one of the trickiest in the whole run. So I think in a marathon setting, I would save it for that. Let's see how this goes first. So there's 3 enemies that we have to kill.
Where'd she run off to?
They're going to open that gate. Now, when the flashlight starts to flicker, that's when they're opening the gate. So let's see. There's the flicker. 1, 2, 3. Very nice.
Where is she? Hey, he's over here!
Alright, you can ignore those guys behind you. That guy we might have to pay attention to. If he takes cover behind the crates, we can just run with him. And I don't trust him, so I'm just gonna kill him.
One way or another, you gotta tell me!
Don't shoot me. That bullet just triggers in dialogue. Alright, just to play it safe, marathon safety, I'm gonna use a med kit here. When he wakes up here, he doesn't have full health. And the last section can be very tricky. We otherwise don't need the med kit for anything. Normally, time lapses give him back full health. Not here. He has about half his health left. So it can be pretty brutal. Oh, and when you wake up here, the game gives you a fully loaded revolver. Alright, now for this part. This is very specific, and this is one of the more broken spots in the game. Ellie doesn't have any weapons, anything at all. All she has is her knife. We're going to just sprint past all of these guys. Now, any damage I took prior gets carried over into this area. So we do have full health. Let's see what we get. I'm just going to sprint past them. They won't shoot you. Stop sprinting here. Start up again when you climb this. Sprint past him. Alright, this guy to my left. We're going to alert him. But we're gonna not get shot by him. There we go. And that will empty out all the enemies in this area. There we go. Oh no. Wait, where are they? Okay, that's a little strange. I'm going to go slowly here. Okay, we're fine. That was a little hiccup on my movement there. But all the empties vanished. They didn't vanish, they kind of went to help out their buddy that fired the gun. Alright, when you hop in here, restart encounter, that gets rid of a glitch where David spawns outside. I can't get it to not happen anymore. I don't know why it happens, but I know how to get rid of it. It's that restart encounter.
You're easy to track.
Okay, now the David fight. You can't attack him head on. You cannot. So we have to stealth kill him 3 times. And if you die at any point, you have to do this whole fight over again. That's something I never mentioned with Grounded. Checkpoints are way more strict. Whereas easy mode would place you like right where you died, Grounded places you back at the start of the encounter. Brutal checkpoints. Something I didn't mention at the start. So we just gotta stab him 3 times. Alright, 1, and then move. He should go to the right. He is. Stab him a 2nd time. Okay, now just run around him and get the 3rd kill. Oh, I love you, whoever messaged me that strat. I didn't come up with that strat, somebody messaged it to me years ago. Okay, so this is the reason I use the med kit. This is a... There are 2, maybe 3 enemies I have to kill. And there's a blizzard. It's hard to see, but the blizzard doesn't affect the enemy's vision. So stop sprinting here. Wait for that guy to get out of the truck. Go past him. Go, go, go. Oh, man. There's a guy with a shotgun here. Should be good. There's 1. There's 2. Where's the last guy? Where are you? He's over there. I'm just gonna kill him. Alright. That was good. There you go. See, we have just enough ammo. And here's a little strat you can do to speed things up.
Oh,
treat these frozen bodies like they're piñatas. It's so morbid. And Joel normally has to walk that whole section, but if you time a sprinting swing, he'll glide through the area. You can't even crouch there. Alright, and that's it for winter. That was a very, very good winter. Very good. Alright, we have like 2 areas left. We have the... what do we have? We have the tunnel and the hospital. 2 very difficult spots. But that's all we have left. This whole area right here is very, very glitchy. There are 2 things that can happen. One, David spawns outside, and you softlock the game. You have to restart encounter to get him inside. Another thing that can happen is the triangle prompt disappears when you hit it, and it sends you all the way back to where you moved the crate at the very start of this area. Like when she first escapes from David. That will never happen unpatched, but him spawning outside, that happens every time. The restart encounter gets rid of it.
You can try begging.
Fuck you.
You think you know me? Huh?
Okay, we just gotta hit triangle. And then skip a cutscene. And there we go. Alright, we are making good time here. We really recovered well from that financial... literally financial crisis. The financial district with that black screen glitch. We've recovered very nicely since then. Alright, there's a lot of downtime here, so this is a good spot for some donation readings.
You hear me?
Pretending I'm actually at the actual event.
Look, hospital. This is where we get off. Let's go, kiddo.
How are we doing with ammo? Alright, we have a shotgun just in case.
Feel that breeze, huh? I tell you, on a day like this, I just sit on my porch, pick away at my 6 string. Yeah, once we're done with this whole thing, I'll teach you how to play guitar.
Alright, in the tunnel, there's... I actually don't know how many infected there are. There's 3 bloaters, but I don't know how many clickers and runners there are. The entire tunnel, I'm gonna say there's like 10 runners and like 6 clickers or something. There's probably more than that, and 3 bloaters. It's pretty nasty. We're just gonna use a bottle and one of our our one remaining smoke bomb. And that's how we're gonna get through the tunnel. Building suspense, I know. How are we gonna do the entirety of the tunnel with just those 2 things? I'm as anxious to see it as you guys are.
Here, huh?
Whee!
Well, we could use that ladder. Here we go. Ellie? Ellie?
What?
The ladder. Come on.
Right.
Alright, in this downtime right here, I need to switch out to my arrows. I don't have any, but... I think I have one. Yeah. Yeah, 1 arrow. Okay, that's okay. Right, I got rid of that for a reason.
Oh my god.
What is it?
Okay, yeah, just pick it up from the top.
Ellie! Ellie!
If you don't have any pistol ammo when you get through like halfway of the tunnel, a restart encounter will give you 5. I think it's like a fail-safe the game does to make sure you can do a certain thing later.
Are you kidding
I'm just kind of preparing for that.
Come on, hurry up.
Ellie's into the speedrunning spirit right there. This is all just very peaceful downtime before the game picks up in intensity again. The game does a good job at balancing stuff like that. Downtime versus just chaos.
Oh, man. Wow. Look, I know you mean well.
Alright.
There's no
You gotta crouch on the stairs, then you can walk or run on the flat part.
We'll go wherever you want.
It's all that stuff that
Okay.
saved us so much time over the course of this whole run.
Even without you. Let's go wrap this up. Well, this place takes me back.
How so?
That was right after everything went down. I ended up in a triage just like this. And everywhere you look.
Grab that bottle. We gotta crouch walk through here.
Torn apart.
We already have an arrow, so we don't
Old
need a
man
second
Wilson
one.
Turned upside down in a blink.
Is that after you lost Sarah?
Literally serves us no purpose having it.
Can't imagine losing someone you love like that. Losing everything that you know. I'm sorry, Joel.
That's okay, Ellie.
Whee! You can get a little launch there. If I didn't have an arrow, I would pick that one up. We use this for the hospital. Now,
This time it's gonna be different.
what we're gonna do right away is get alerted. We're not gonna actually get alerted. We're gonna fire a gun. That will make us sprint, but we're not alerted yet. I don't have any guns, so I don't have any bullets, so I'm gonna use an arrow. That works equally as well. Okay. Here we go. Here we go. Bottle and smoke bomb. That's all we're gonna use. Almost piggybacked on that bloater. Alright, I climbed on that thing so Ellie won't get a plus sign from any of these guys. That just eliminates her from the equation. Alright, let's see what we get here. Okay, bad RNG is what we get. Let's see what happens here, because I got bad RNG. The bloater I was supposed to throw the smoke bomb at just disappeared.
Here, let me push you up there.
I think we're good. No, I think we're good. Okay. We might not be good in a second, but right now we're good. That was some horrible luck right there. I had to manually throw it instead of locking on. Let's see. I think we're okay. Bloaters can't see us. They can only hear us. Alright, we made it. That was very, very clutch. That was horrible, horrible RNG. What's supposed to happen is a bloater's supposed to stand there. We throw a smoke bomb at him with the lock on. And then the triangle prompt is waiting for us when we get to the truck. But the bloater just wandered off. It just walked away. So I had to throw it where I thought the smoke bomb would have landed anyway. Oof. Just another spot where things can go wrong that you don't expect. That was good. Okay, and just like the high school, restarting encounter on the other side of the tunnel, it gave me my supplies back. I got my arrow and my smoke bomb and my bottle back. The reason being, the bloater can throw his stuff, you see, the bloater can throw his stuff on the other side of the tunnel and you can actually die. And if that happens, you get your stuff back anyway. It's just something with grounded. Okay, how do I explain this one? So this right here, one of my favorites, I discovered it. So you can either boost Ellie over, and then the clicker will attack her, and then you have to kill it. What else can happen is you can kill it, and then boost Ellie over. If you alert it, and then if you alert it, and try and boost her over, you can't. But what happened there is, I alerted it, and the triangle prompt remained there for an extra half a second. So I was able to alert it and still boost her over. So that clicker is a little out there, but what it allows us to do is sprint this otherwise very slow section. So that's the whole point of that. We're leaving that clicker alive so we can sprint right here where we would otherwise make it a very, very slow jog. Another reason why it's allowed in Glitchless is because if you can still die from it. If you swing at it and then stand next to it, you're dead. For the meantime, you can still like bump into it and stuff, but if you swing at it and then stand next to it, you can still die. And throughout the run, we've done this like everywhere, firing a gun or alerting an enemy so we can sprint. This is nothing new. This is definitely the most unique way of doing it, though.
Get on.
Okay, there. I'm on it. Be careful.
I got you.
Let me climb up. Sounds like Mr. Clicker's going to pay us a visit, which we need if we want to sprint the rest of this area. Yeah, here he comes. He's going to pay us a visit. I'm going to wait till he turns around. There he is. He's trying to decide if he wants to come in here. So I shot him as he was turning away. That should make him come in here.
Damn ladder
Which it
broke off
did.
the wall.
Now what?
Hey, Mr. Clicker.
I'll figure something out.
Aw, ain't he cute? Here, boy. Stay. He is going to stay. He's going to hang around a little bit. That's good. That means we can sprint the rest of this area. That's literally the entire point of doing all that. Is just so we can... Oh, put the ladder down. Come on.
Oh,
there we go.
good idea.
It's just so we can sprint right here. All that played out stuff of luring him in here and keeping him here, just so we can sprint right here. Very nice.
Okay.
I'm probably losing time because it took longer than I would have liked to get over past the infected. We can thank the wandering bloater for that one.
Let's get the hell off this thing.
Looks like we're losing time because of all that. That's okay. I'm not worried about time. That was a good tunnel. Hey, we made it through the entirety of the tunnel with a bottle and a smoke bomb. I think we're doing just fine. Alright, all we got left is the hospital. So you grab the first pipe, you just sit there until he falls back, and then point the camera up left. You don't even have to hit triangle here. Ellie still does her thing trying to get you out of there. Right, all we have left is the hospital. Here we go. I'm going to do the safer strat at the start. I'm still going to do the bricks. There's a lot of different strats you can do here. I'm going to do one safer strat and one risky strat. Here we go. We just got to go get her. Then skip cutscene, and then we're going to start the hospital. Last section. These enemies are the toughest in the whole game. They have armor and assault rifles and shorties. They're brutal. Okay, here we go. Now, all this movement is very specific. You need to stop your sprint for 1 second, get the brick, arrow this guy in the feet, hop over this window. If you just run past them, the enemies to my right will hear you. Now, this is a risky strat, but it works more times than it doesn't. Let's see how it works. Beautiful. Ooh, beautiful. There's a much safer strat. If you just that like tunnel with the light shining through it, if you just wait to one of the sides, the enemies will just run right past you. So if that ever fails, I would just redo everything and just do the safer strat. But that was nice. All right, right here. They're gonna shoot at us. Stop sprinting right here. Start up again right here. Get your smoke bomb ready that we got back from the restart encounter. Boom. And go for the door. We good. That's that. We still have more like story sections to do after this, but that's it for like the speedrun part of it. Excellent. Very nice. That's when you know right there if you have a record or not. Or a PB. Very, very nice.
Doctor? What are you doing in here? I won't leave.
You gotta kill that doctor. Killing those doctors is optional. I'm gonna leave them be. Because it's faster. I'm going to mute this part because... I'm going to mute the music because it constantly gets copyrighted. This one track always gets copyrighted on YouTube. So I'm just going to mute the game audio while this is going. It's playing some music from the intro. Because this is very reminiscent of that starting scene where Joel's carrying his daughter. It's a good track. Gustavo did a good job. Shame you can't hear it. It's really good music. You can game over here if you don't go the right way or if you just do nothing. Okay. I think that's long enough. Oh, I tied my gold on that one. All right, last portion. And this is the downtime where we get last-minute donations in. I would thank GDQ for allowing this run to be in there. Sort of, you know, self-promote. We got Last of Us 2 coming, blah, 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 blah. I've been running this game for... Well, I'll talk a little bit now. I've been running this game for 5.5 years. I've been playing it for 6.5 years. And this will be my 10th time trying to get this game specifically into Games Done Quick.
Feeling my age now.
What else? We were in the most recent Games Done Quick, but it was for the shorter single-player DLC for this game. This main campaign has yet to be in a Games Done Quick marathon. So I'm really hoping 10th try is the charm.
I know she'd like you.
Bet I would've.
Come on, restart encounter.
Down there.
That was good. If the submission showed off one thing, it's that no matter what happens, we can recover.
It's a little bit further now.
Literally, you take out 2 things that happened, this run would have been close to world record potential. I'll go over the run specifically after we're done. So timer stops when the cutscene starts. So right
I got you.
now. 253.03. Not bad. Not bad at all. When I did ESA, we got a 253.11 back in July of last year. So that was really good. But right off the bat, I did some slower marathon safe strats right here in the slums, so that's 8 seconds. Right here, that was another 9. Right here as well, that was about 4. That's about 21. And then right, where else did I do? Winter. Around 21 seconds, and then right here is Ellie. That wasted around 5, so around 25 seconds I wasted for safer marathon safe strats. And then the only two things that happened that were really bad was Graveyard with Bill's plus sign, and then whatever happened in Financial. If you remember, I did it perfectly the first time. What happened with that black screen thing was only the third time that's ever happened to me in my 5.5-year history. So really, really inconvenient timing. But if you take out the plus sign, which I have no control over, and you combine that with the weird black screen thing, and the time I wasted for marathon safe strats, like getting medkits and healing in places I didn't have to, that about puts me at my record. Just about. A minute and a half, another 30-something seconds, plus another 20 seconds for marathon safety. That's about where my record is. So if it wasn't for bad luck and marathon safety, that would have matched my record. That's why I kept this one going. It's to show you that no matter what happens, I have enough experience with this game that we can rebound from anything that happens. I would be almost 7 minutes under estimate. So, I don't know what else to say. Yeah, that's Last of Us on Grounded. And I guess real quick, I didn't mention this before, but I run this game unpatched. The latest version is 1.10, and that messed up the AI in certain parts. I honestly believe unpatched, the game is way more stable and way more convenient for these grounded speedruns. But yeah, I'm happy with this submission despite some bad luck in Billstown and Financial. I'm very happy with it. So I hope, Games Done Quick, you give this a chance. Lucky number 10 for me. And I think we will all raise you a lot of money for Doctors Without Borders in June. So yeah, thank you for your time. I hope you've enjoyed. And yeah, that's it. Bye.